Alrighty, everyone. We are now live. We're playing Shardless Pox tonight. It's a very fun deck. It's a little wonky, as is with most of my brews. I'm going to get this link into the chat real quick for anyone that might be tuning in early. There's that. And if you hit exclamation point deck list, it'll pull up the deck list of what we got going on here. So, let's see. Should probably get ready for this league, huh? Shardless Pox. Let's go to this. Oh, do I have enough ticks? I might need to buy some ticks real quick. Right? Yeah, now I gotta buy some ticks. That's real smart of me. Alright. We're getting some ticks real quick. I'm doing this off to the side, since I don't want you people being able to see my stuff. Let's see here. Hey, look, there it is. Yay, we got some ticks. Alright, let's go back on that. Let's join this league. Let's do Shardless Pox. Let's go 12 event ticks. And there we are. We're now joining the league. So, let's look at this deck we got here. Let's look at this lovely pile of cards. Alright, so we got 3 Bayou. Creeping Tar Pit is one of our one-man land. Deck is obviously very mana-intensive and greedy as far as colors go, so we've foregone Mistress Factories. We also have some Premier Threats and Tombstalker, and some dumb beats similar to Mistress Factory and Shardless Agent. I got 1 forest, 1 island, 2 swamp for our basic lands. Or 3 swamp, excuse me. I got 4 Fluid Delta and 3 Verdant Catacombs for our fetch lands. A Trop, 2 Underground Seas, 4 Wastelands. That's our mana base there. Not to forget the 3 Mox Diamonds we got in the deck. We got 3 Ancestral Visions. What better to pair with Shardless Agent than draw 3? Nothing like a good old 2/2 and draw 3 for 3 mana. 4 Brainstorms help set that up, as well as, fix some of our draws and make sure we got things going pretty smooth. 2 Fatal Push is one of our 1 mana removal spells. This is targeted mostly at things like Deathrat Shaman that may cause us problems. It can also kill a Leovold or anything like a Thalia in a pinch. Innocent Blood's a great way to handle creatures that might have protection from black, like Mirror Crusader. It's another good way to answer a creature like Gurmag Angler that Fatal Push and Abrupt Decay miss. Speaking of which, Abrupt Decay we got. Pretty standard for any black-green deck. The card tends to do a very good job at getting around counter magic and making sure you answer the problem permanent you need to answer. Let's see, we got a pair of Life Loam here, so great card advantage. Works very well to rebuy some of our lands, make sure we hit all the land drops, make sure we can cast our spells, including rebuying Wastelands, which means we can, waste lock our opponents on greedy mana bases. Got the 4 Smallpox, of course. What would a Pox deck be without some type of Smallpox? Sinkhole, a lot of our Pox decks lately have foregone Sinkhole, but since we are on like a lone wasteland plan, I want to include 3 Sinkholes to complement the 4 Smallpox. It's an easier way to make sure we can hit basic lands to restrict our opponent on mana. We got 3 Liliana the Veil. She needs no introduction. She's pretty much a staple in the legacy meta. She can take over a game real quick by restricting your opponent's resources, making them discard cards in hand, taking care of problem creatures. Again, like the -2 can hit something as large as Gurmag Angler, some of our other removal might miss. And our -6, obviously, ultimate restriction of resources in play. Shardless Agent, just a 2/2 for 1 blue-green, and has Cascades, so when you cast it, you reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a non-land card that has a mana cost less than Shardless Agent. You get to cast that card without paying its mana cost. So again, great to hit Ancestral Visions, draw 3 cards. One of the things Pox a lot of times struggles with is card advantage. And refilling, once you've used a lot of your cards like Smallpox, Liliana the Veil to pretty much dump everyone's hands and resources, Ancestral Visions and Shardless Agent are a great way to regain that. We got 2 Jace the Mind Sculptors. Originally, the list did not include Jace the Mind Sculptor, but I decided that we needed something that was a more solid way to, refill our hand, make sure we can keep ahead of on the board. It's also a decent win condition with his -12 ultimate ability, but combining Jace with Life Loam means we can loam, get back 3 lands, use Jace's 0 ability to draw 3, put 2 lands back on top, dredge Life Loam next turn. So it gives us a really good engine to make sure our hand is always full, and with the put 2 lands back on top, dredging Life Loam becomes that much more solid and safe. It allows us to, most of the time, just dredge 2 lands, maybe a third non-land card. But the combination of Jace and Life Loam I've always been very impressed with. I feel like it gets you ahead of the game really quick and easy. I got these 3 Tombstalkers. Obviously, as a Pox deck, we don't usually have a very quick clock. We're very good at denying resources and just putting the game to top deck mode. Tombstalker is just a great way to capitalize on that and close it out. The fact that it's a 5/5 flyer, essentially for 2 because that's Delve, means that we are able to really quick and cheaply get it on board and then close out a game real fast because they won't just be able to drop tokens, anything like that, to just start jumping it. Let's see. I have a feeling we're going to cost Kate in a box and no value a few games. That's definitely something that does happen, and it's definitely something to look out for. I've had it happen multiple times, even with like no land in hand, so that was real awkward. But Mox Diamond does push us further into our list, so we do kind of need to have some type of card advantage like that, unfortunately, in mana ramp. So it could be Dark Ritual, which might just be better with Shardless Agent. Mox Diamond I like better just for the mana fixing though. It also obviously pairs very well with Life Alone. It's basically like no card disadvantage at all. For the sideboard, I've got 3 Surgical Extractions. I usually run a pair of Extirpate. I don't think it's really that necessary these days, but Surgical Extraction comes in for graveyard-based combo. It can supplement our graveyard or our mana denial plan. You can like Wasteland like a Tropana, Rug Delver, Surgical those out. All of a sudden, their Nimble Mongoose and Tarmogoyfs are not cards they can cast. And that makes, like, if they haven't cast one already, it basically gives them 8 dead draws. Arctic Blast Mountain Dew, by the way, it's okay. I'm not too big of a fan of it, but it'll do. That'll do big. Got a pair of Chill for the Burn matchup. Burn traditionally is not great for a Pox deck. They generally can cast their spells for very cheap, so your mana denial plan's not as good. And then they can just cast spells right off the top, which means your discard isn't going to really nerf them all that much. Pair of Sylvan Libraries. So Sylvan Library is just basically additional card advantage. It gives us a way to continue drawing into our deck. For the slower, grindy matchups, at the beginning of your drop step, you can draw 2 additional cards. If you do, you put 2 cards in your hand you've drawn this turn, and either put them on top of your library or pay for life. Pairs really well with actually Ancestral Visions if you have to suspend it. Ancestral Visions on your upkeep will go off, you'll draw 3 cards, and then Sylvan Library will allow you to draw 3 more. You'll have 6 cards to choose from, and only 2 have to go back, so that's not too bad. Got a pair of Crows and Grip. It's a great instant speed way at split second that can destroy an artifact or enchantment, like a Leyline of the Void, Rest in Peace, anything like that, Toxic Deluge is a board sweep for us. I don't know if Toxic Deluge is particularly correct, but there aren't too many other options in black that I feel like are good enough. Toxic Deluge, at least, our Tombstalker kind of dodges it. It's a little bit cheaper to cast. It gets around a Gag T being only 3 mana, and it allows us to pay a number of life to answer a threat like Leovold, which would usually require us to target. So Toxic Deluge is there for that. 3 Engineered Plague. Never really leave the house. I never leave the Pox house without them. When it enters the battlefield, you choose a creature type. All creatures of the chosen type get -1/-1. So it's real good against the tribal decks like elves, goblins. It's actually fine against death and taxes. You name human, it kills off every Thalia, every Mom. Every Mirror Crusader becomes a 1/1, which is a lot more easy to manage. Things of that nature. Single Submerge. So this is something like, not great, but it's something like early interaction against elves to try and keep them off some of their, more explosive turns. It can be basically free. So like turn 1, I can play turn 1 I can play like a blue source, like an island, like an underground sea or whatnot, and then I can use this, I can use the underground sea to use Fatal Push or Instant Blood, answer their first creature, Submerge, answer their second creature. It also just throws it on top of the deck, so they, more restricted on what they're going to draw. And then Engineer Explosives, another sweeper effect. This one potentially can get up to 5 mana if I ever needed it to, including the Mox Diamonds. Pretty standard. It can hit 2, it can hit 3. And again, another good answer to Leovold. It can be an answer to Liliana's, things of that nature. So I have a single Engineer Explosives. I did it a long time ago when I first built this deck, having Academy Runes to go with it. From dredging Life Flow and whatnot, and digging through your deck, you can essentially find an Engineer Explosives and Academy Runes fairly easily. Rebuy Academy Runes with Life Flow and start recurring your Engineer Explosives to basically lock your opponent out from non-land permanents. But I've since gone away from that. It was a little cute. It was a little bit slow and kind of, it was a little bit of a hassle more than anything, so I decided to drop that package and just continue to keep A engineering explosives for the fact that it's a decent sweeper. Could be correct to have like a pernicious deed or two, as opposed to like engineering explosives and perhaps even toxic deluge, but so far so good. I liked it where it is. Yeah, we're gonna get into this league. I mean, these instructions could keep getting quicker and quicker. I like to try and fly through them so we can get right to the actual entertainment. So we're gonna see how we can do here. Anyone that needs to check out the deck list or whatnot, you can either type ! deck list. That'll pull up that'll pull that up for you, or I can even include the link in the Twitch chat. Just let me know. I'll do that right now to be safe. So if you need to reference the deck list, there it is. I'm actually working on something currently pretty spicy for Thursday. I might try and sneak out an extra article. I'm not supposed to write this week. I didn't write last week because things have been really hectic and busy, but I'm going to try and possibly sneak out an article this week. And on Thursday, I'm going to try and stream it. If not, then the article will come out next Tuesday, and hopefully it'll include some video. I'll have to fire that off to one of our guys that hits the coast to edit. Alrighty. So we're playing against someone that's starting out 2-1 in this. We won the die roll. It's actually interesting. I usually lose die rolls. This hand is pretty much a train wreck, so we're not going to do this one. Hey, Aaron, turn 1 Thoughtseize, how you doing? We're going to have to mulligan this hand, unfortunately. It's pretty miserable. This hand's a lot better. We get to Underground Sea, we can brainstorm, and then have Fluid Delta to clean up our draws a bit. I'm going to keep it. Let's see what we got on top. Ancestral Vision, I think I'm going to keep on top. We can brainstorm stuff and a Shardless Agent for the next turn, so it's pretty tempting. Love to be able to get that going. I'd love to find something a little more disruptive early, though. No, Aaron, you don't miss my streams. In all fairness, I usually don't know when your streams are coming up. Alright, we got a Wasteland right off the bat. We got a Mox Diamond. I'm going to have to guess this is probably lands. Most decks don't really start out this way. What are they discarding? Tranquil Figure? Yeah, we got lands, I believe. Exploration definitely signifies that it would be lands. So this is going to be a oh my god, another Wasteland. Yeah, we're going to have to get some basics going here. That is not good. Yeah, no basics in sight, so that's not particularly great. We're probably not casting this Jace anytime soon, if ever, so we're probably just going to end up fetching that away. The fact my opponent has double Wasteland right off the bat is not good for us. If they have a light from them, we're definitely in trouble. Unfortunately, that Wasteland means we can't fetch a mana source that allows us to cast Abrupt Decay and a blue card, so we're going to have to just fetch basic island. I'm probably going to spend this Ancestral Vision since we're probably not going to get the chance to get that going. At the moment, we're appearing as though we're Shardless Pox, so maybe they'll play a little funny and we'll be able to get around it all. But yeah, this is a really strong start against us with a double Wasteland, Mox Diamond Exploration. If they have a Life Flow in hand, we're probably in some real trouble. Thespian Stage and Dark Depths. They can't activate. Oh yeah, they can activate Dark Depths already. That's not pleasant. So we're probably just dead right here. They have basically the turn 2. Like, we're definitely in trouble. Our best hope right now is they just go for it. We play the Bayou, innocent blooded away. I don't picture that that's particularly going to be the case, though. Mostly, I'm not giving myself a very good chance to top deck the innocent blood. Not sure if my opponent's just kind of weighing out their options or what they're doing exactly. I have to figure they just go for it here. They assume I'm Shardless Pox. They know I'm not going to be able to just jam Liliana or anything that's gonna. They might think that I'm on like a Diabolic Edict. Yeah, so they're gonna go ahead and do it. So we need to top deck Innocent Blood here and just be able to buy you Innocent Blood. If we don't top deck Innocent Blood, we're just dead to the Royal Age. We're just gonna have to go straight to game 2, which is unfortunate. Not a great start. Okay, yeah, we're gonna take a counter off that. Yeah, so there's a Jace. We put Jace 2 down and fetched and still drew a Jace. So that's a little awkward. We're just gonna have to concede here, unfortunately. We're just dead to this Mail Age next turn. If you got it all, you got it all, right? Can't really complain about that. We're gonna bring in Submerge. A little awkward if they don't end up going on. It's a little awkward if they don't go on like a forest or whatnot. but it can be a way to answer a Merit Lage, and we need as many of those as possible. Surgical Extractions have to come in. We want to be able to shut down their loam engine and whatnot. Fatal Push is pretty much dead. I'm going to drop them both. I do have Abrupt Decays for if they go on the Tireless Tracker plan, so we're going to drop the Fatal Push for that. I'm kind of fine with Sylvan Library. There's a good chance we might just get rid of it, though. Chill, I don't really... Nerfing Punishing Fire is not really where I want to be. Corrosion Grips may be okay if they end up playing like Sphere Effects and stuff like that. I don't perceive that as going to be a thing, though. So what do we not like here? Leona Veil's not great, but I can't really drop her. She can't answer Merit Lage, but I will drop 2 copies of it because I do want some number of additional sacrifice effect if they have to go sorcery speed. Sinkholes just not really what I want to be, so actually I'm going to drop all the Sinkholes and keep a Liliana. Very rarely is Sinkhole going to be that relevant with a Life and Loam deck. Obviously, if we can snag a Life and Loam with Surgical Extraction, that does change, but I'm not going to, put all my eggs in one basket as far as that goes. So we're going to go ahead and submit this deck and hope that this game doesn't go quite as bad as that last game. You're such a sweetie pie, Aaron. I'm so happy you don't miss my streams. Thank you very much. Remind me to send you a nice kiss or something. I'll have to send you like a postcard and put some lipstick on, smudge my lips on it. And for everyone else that's in chat right now that thinks that that's weird, I apologize. You just don't understand. Jace is fine. He allows us to draw deeper in the deck. He can be a sorcery speed way to answer a Merit Lage, which is really most of the reason he's still in here. He's better. I think he's better than Sinkhole. It's possible that with Jason here, we probably want like chills and whatnot just to nerf the Punishing Fire engine a bit. But I don't know if that's good enough. It's definitely quite possible like Shardless Agent's just bad here. We shouldn't be on this plan. Alright. My opponent, killing us too quick, has no idea what we're doing. They know we're on some type of bug. So they're probably taking a little while to figure out what they want to board. They obviously probably think we're on Shardless Bug since we did suspend an Ancestral Vision. That's pretty much all we showed them that they might be able to figure things out with. Okay. Opponent waited until the very last second, basically. Alright, we're going to try and play first. We don't have a blue source. It's a little unfortunate because the rest of his hands would be decent otherwise. Not to mulligan. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a green source, but we can play Liliana. We can play the Surgical. So we're going to keep this. Just a Swamp. We're going to put that on bottom. You definitely don't want to just draw a Swamp there. We do need to draw towards green source to get this Life and Loam active, but we're going to try it out. Lands is not particularly the best match I would love to have started out this league with. I'd like to be able to show people what this deck can kind of do and whatnot. There's a Shardless Agent, so we got that starting out. Yeah, Aaron, that's fair. I would definitely tune in if I knew more often, more regularly what time your stream is. Even just giving like a notice early is probably good. Like I've been trying to keep to a steady stream schedule and giving notice on when I'm streaming, so that way people get a heads up. All right, let's see what we got here. Come on, Lens opponent. Not my fault you killed me quickly and have no idea what I'm doing. That's your fault. Alright, so they go to Box Diamond. Let's see what they discard. I'm going to keep their graveyard up. Our graveyard's not that relevant. When Life Loam gets cast, it's going to get pulled out. We're going to get to target things. I will pull out their graveyard to keep in mind what they got. Alright, so we see a Sheltered Thicket. So they're going to have Sheltered Thicket and Tranquil Thicket. If we try to Surgical, we're going to have to play around those a bit. They have a Ghost Quarter, so that's kind of obnoxious. Let's see. I don't think there's any reason for us to float here. I mean, I'm gonna float a black anyway, but we're gonna say okay. We're gonna search. We're gonna get our forests. If they try to cast Life Loam here, I am kind of tempted to just Surgical out Ghost Quarter because that's gonna be a big problem if we're getting our basics out. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Go their second main. Taiga. So Taiga's good. It means our Submerge will be live if they go there. I think I'm just going to take care of the life from them. If they Ghost Quarter one more time, it's not a big deal. We have 2 more swamps and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and cast this on Life Alone, paying 2 life. We're just going to take care of that problem right off the bat. So what's their hand look like? That's pretty good hand, I would say. Let's do this real quick. Let's take care. Well, let's get this one out of the graveyard first to make sure we get that. Okay. Alright, so they have a crop rotation, which means they can easily go get combo when they're ready. They brought in 2 engineer explosives. They have a Crucible World. They have 1 Chalice of the Void. Let's see. So yeah, they have a Fog. Ghost Quarter. Okay. So they have Grove, Punishing Fire in hand, so Planeswalkers are pretty bad right now, unfortunately. Ghost Quarter doesn't nerf their Wastelands particularly, because they just like can Ghost Quarter multiple times and just kind of get you. Ghost Quarter is a way for them to kind of actually not get nerfed by basics, because it means that they can just Ghost Quarter you off all your basics. Next turn, I'm probably just going to cast a Shardless Agent, see if we can get some type of value off it. Can't picture they're going to crop rotate me, but they might crop rotate me here. And I mean crop rotate for Bajuka Bog to dump this Life Alone. In Surgical Extraction, if they think I'm Snapcaster Mage, it might be worth it for them to do that. So the point of Ghost Quarter is like they'll wasteland your non-basics if you fetch them, and then if you fetch basics, to be more careful, to start Ghost Quartering your basics away, and then you're stuck on basically no land at that point. You have to like hold up fetch lands and play around Ghost Quarter and Wasteland, which means you're not really advancing your board state, which just buys them time to do the things they need to do. Okay. So we know they have crop rotation in hand. We know they have Punishing Fire, Grove, Ghost Quarter, Sheltered Thicket. So we gotta hope if they're just going to get Thespian Stage, we gotta hope that they discard it. If they discard Thespian Stage, yeah, they discard their Thespian Stage. Unless they actually drew a second one for their turn, we're pretty good here. We are pretty safe. I am gonna dredge back Life Alone, and we milled past 2 Innocent Bloods and a Tombstalker. So that's a little sad and unfortunate, but it'll be all right. So we're gonna start with a Shardless Agent here. See what we can hit. We hit a if we hit an Abrupt Gate, we can hit this Mox Diamond, which is a little awkward, but not great. If we hit our own Mox Diamond, we do have a land to pitch for it. So if we end up already getting that awkward scenario of Mox Diamond into no land hand, we're not worrying about that with no land. Yeah, we're gonna take care of this Mox Diamond now. We have Life active. They have, they're very minimal on their land right now with the Dark Depths in play. So we're gonna play this Underground Sea now. We're gonna go ahead and pass. Let's see. So we need to draw land if we want a Life Alone and Liliana next turn. Liliana's not great when they have Grove and Punishing Fire though. They always discard Punishing Fire last, gain a life. I guess that becomes a little awkward if they have to fire this up and get it going once. Love to find a Wasteland though. Are you actually going to Punishing Fire my Shardless Agent? Oh, Exploration. That seems like a good card. So we know they have a Ghost Quarter. We know they have Sheltered Thicket. I forget what the last time was. I think the last card's like, they have Sheltered Thicket, Crop Rotation, they taken 2 draw steps. I don't know if we know that last card. Punishing Fire. That's what it is. Okay, so we have a Mox Diamond here. That's a little awkward given the hand we currently have. So yeah. Let's go ahead and get a Liliana in play. So what's the answer? Just Leyline of the Void Pithing Needle. This deck honestly keeps me from playing Legacy more. What deck keeps you from playing Legacy more? The Lance deck? Leyline of the Void is very good at shutting down their Life Alone package. They generally will bring in Frozen Grip, assuming something along those lines. Pithing Needle's fine, but the only problem with Pithing Needles, you need to name Ghost Quarter and Wasteland depending on what kind of deck you're playing. If you're playing a deck with a lot of basics, you're not as concerned with Ghost Quarter. So if you have like decent amount of non-basics that you don't want to end up getting destroyed, you do end up probably naming Wasteland and letting Ghost Quarter take a few of your basics here or there. Another decent card against lands actually is Ground Seal. Ground Seal shuts down Life Room as well, without having to worry about nerfing graveyard. So if you're still a graveyard-based deck, but you don't target anything in your graveyard, let's say you have maybe some delve stuff and things of that nature, you can use Ground Seal to shut down their Life from Loam and still be able to delve cards and whatnot. Shuts down Snapcaster Mage, which is unfortunate. Okay, so they discarded their Punisher Fire to Liliana and then bought it back. It is possible discarding Life from there would have been more correct, so we can ensure we always have a Liliana around. That way we can possibly dredge past some lands. I'd rather take some draw steps here, which is why I didn't discard Life from Loam. I still want it to be. I still want access to it in case we can like Mox Diamond, buy back like a fetch land or whatnot, and then play a land drop. Crucial Worlds is definitely a problem. This lets them get their Satsune stage back now, so that's something we're gonna have to deal with. They have already played a land, so they can't just. Sure, yes. I will take another island, I guess. So we already have another land there that Life Loam can buy back. They're already playing Ghost Quarter. Okay. Yeah. I don't know if my opponent knows they're not particularly getting too far. Especially when they don't have Life Loams, but I do. I would have probably been going after the forest if I were them. Chances are if I'm a bug deck, I'm only playing one forest, if that. And they know I have Life Loam, so it would have been much harder for them to just get the green source. Alright, so we're going to loam here. Get back our 2 lands. Sounds almost as bad as Ruby Briscoe making Shardless Flare. Yeah, well, you know. We all do what we can. Yeah. So here, I'm going to attack and then cast a Smallpox. Doesn't do a whole lot. They have Exploration Crucible, which is very unfortunate. We have our own Mox Diamond now, and we have a way to keep buying lands. We're going to have to answer this exploration at some point. I'm going to have to dredge into like Wasteland though. Or I have to draw an Abrupt Decay more specifically, because I have to answer this Crucible Worlds at this point. My opponent just said this is the craziest Shardless build I've seen. LOL. I thought Shardless was spice. Shardless Slayer sounds like German poopy porn. That's just gross. Alright, well, let's go ahead and drop the Smallpox. Give my opponent the heads, the 4-1-1. Where's my wife tonight? Kate is currently upstairs making herself dinner. Never seen her on my streams. No, Kate and I, although we are fairly attached to the hip, we're not actually attached to the hip, so. Not use Liliana, so we're going to use Liliana now. They sack their Grove of the Burn Wills. They can just replay that with Crucible, which is one thing. Definitely need to be drawing an Abrupt Decay, though. Need a threat, really? I mean, they have like stage dark depths and whatnot. Like, they don't particularly need it. We don't. A threat's not really what we need right now. I mean, I guess yeah, we do need a threat, but ideally, I'd like to just kill those Crucible Worlds and then just start like wastelanding them. Ideally, I think that would be the way we would win this. Yeah, I've had a great game, even though I got your surgical and spice. Yeah, their drawing of the Crucible Worlds was real good. I don't know if we can actually beat this with double expiration, Ghost Quarters now. I think that might just be too much. I think we have a couple more swaps in here, though. So yeah, we have one more swap, so we're okay there. Yeah, double expiration, Ghost Quarter. I think that we are not doing good here. No about Diabolic Edict. Diabolic Edict could potentially be correct. Nope, we're not going to use the ability. We don't have any more basics. Was that 3 land drops? Okay. So I guess if we can draw an Abrupt Decay here, we can hit that Crucible, and our Life Loam could take over from there. But I think this rate, I don't know if we can afford it. How many lands have we found? 4, 5, 6, 7 lands. I guess our odds are pretty good we will draw a non-land card. There's not a whole lot of non-land cards that'll stop this, though. If we just let that Ghost Quarter go nuts on us, we will not be able to cast an Abrupt Decay in the first place. Oh boy. Not a great way to start a stream of Pox. Lands is already a tough matchup, and their draws have been real good. Tap for Agree. I'm assuming this is the crop rotation we saw earlier. Okay, so Dark Depths is going away. Wondering what they're rotating for. Maybe a Bog just to hit our graveyard? Yeah, there's a Bog. So now we can't get any of these lands back, so we're in real big trouble. There's 1 Tropical Island and 3 Bayous left on the deck. But now we're definitely just drawing to hopefully yeah, and Mox Diamond real bad. Oh boy. Alright, well. I guess we're at a point where we go Crucible versus everything else. If we get to ultimate this early on, and we just have to ultimate next turn. Because like this turn we're gonna lose our last 2 basic lands. It's a shame my opponent gets to not only take actual draws, but they get to also play 3 lands a turn with this Crucible Worlds. I'm just going to F6, let them do what they're going to do. And quite frankly, if I'm them here, I probably just play Thespian Stage and Dark Depths. It's like if I just top deck I don't know. If I just top deck another Surgical here, that like kills that win condition, and then Punishing Fire is like okay, but it is a very slow win condition that I could potentially also answer. Nope, not using that ability. Oh, okay. They did redirect at Liliana, so Liliana's not out right now. I think we're just dead here. We got a Brainstorm that might find us something relevant. Not particularly. So yeah, I mean, we're not going to be fetching. They have 3 Ghost Quarters a turn. So I'm going to put back Brainstorm, Library. Yeah, crap. Probably should have Library Brainstorm. This is unfortunate. So they could here just like Ghost Quarter, hit, go for our Pluto Delta, force us to use it. Guess the library's not going to be good enough here. Yeah, I think we dead, guys. Guys and gals. I think we just dead. I'm just going to GG out. There's really no point in staying in this game anymore. They can just make a Merit Lage at the end of my turn and kill me at this point. I have no way to answer that, so. We're going to concede. I said what a tough match, good games. My opponent said you too, so. Starting off with a loss. That was probably the best draw they could have had against one of their better matchups. I'm definitely not thinking that that would be a decent matchup for me. Lands with all their recursion, their ability to play multiple lands a turn, it's generally very tough for us to actually answer that and do something. So it's unfortunate, but it does happen. Sometimes you just hit your tough matchups, sometimes you don't. Not so Silent Bob, thanks for following me. And Romario Vital, thank you for following me on Twitch as well. Appreciate it, guys. Love to have you guys on the stream more often. Yeah, I've been winning die rolls like crazy lately. I have removal brainstorm with fetch. Fetch, I guess, this isn't relevant because I'm gonna have to use it to cast the brainstorm. Tombstalker, I'm gonna try this out. I have some early interaction with a way to like draw and check and see what I got going there. So I'm gonna wait on the fetch land until our second turn. Well, I can play another land as well. Oh, how's everyone doing tonight in chat anyway? Everyone's night going well? You have a nice lazy Sunday at all, or did you end up working, anyone? Alright, preordain. Few options this could be. First option, my thought process would be Storm. Second option, my thought process would be Sneak and Show. Third option, High Tide. If it's any one of those, really, these fatal pushes are real bad. We're going to try this brainstorm, see what we get. Alright, not amazing. We're looking pretty rough already, again. Draws have not been great, but the deck is a little awkward, so. Can't believe how many lands we've been finding this game. Probe, so we're probably looking at Storm. Which means this Liliana is probably going to be a little bit slow. They're probing us here, there's a good chance they can just kill us. Could just be like a weird version like Grixis Delver that runs preordains or something too. Can't really picture that that's the case. Given all the cantrips, I'm starting to lean. I'm still kind of thinking Storm. There's a chance it might be High Tide. Probe is not generally in Sneak and Show. On occasion, people do play it. But now I'm leaning towards Storm, maybe High Tide. My opponent's only ever fetching out basic islands when it's High Tide. If they fetch like anything that's a dual or a black source, they'll, it's not clearly going to be Storm. Like I said, this hand's probably going to be a little slow for Storm. Once they complete their brainstorm, they'll have 7 cards in hand. Liliana getting 1 card just not going to be enough. And we know we have 2 land on top. One of the downsides of this deck, in case people haven't noticed, is I am fairly light on discard. So combo matchups are generally a little bit of a struggle. Family birthday, then nap, now dishes, pretty much living the dream. Yeah, Aaron, it sounds like the dream, all right. It looks like they liked one of the cards with brainstorm, so they probe to get it into their hand. Then they fetch the second card away. Here's a ponder. All right, so it's Storm, clearly, I think. No way. I don't think there's any way this is a Delver deck with Preordain using double probe and brainstorm, Delta, and Ponder. So I think we're clearly looking at Storm. Hopefully they're still drawing into stuff that they need. Hopefully their draw isn't very good. If the draw is not very good, this Liliana could potentially buy us enough time to kill them, but using Liliana is also going to help us get this Tombstalker out early enough where we can potentially start clocking them quickly. Like next turn we discard another card, so that could be another Fatal Push. Cast a Brainstorm, that'll be 5 cards. We'll have 3 lands and 5 cards, yeah. So that'll be enough to cast Tombstalker next turn. But there's a decent chance now we have Lily on board. They might just go for it if they don't have it yet. Yeah, they're pitching a Lion's Eye Diamond. They probably have roughly what they need. Aaron, I could potentially side into him to Turok. There's a chance I should probably also be mainboarding him to Turok. Shardless Agent into him seems pretty good. Who's this? Bird Wings is God. I think that's Bird Wings is God. But yes, I would agree with that, and thank you for following me on Twitch. Alright, we got another Brainstorm. So they're a very cantrip-heavy hand. Your overlay is too big and barely see the cards. It would be impossible on mobile. Okay. I will have to look into that. Get a little bit more of the screen on there. Alright, eliminate chat. I'm assuming that doesn't help, but yeah. Looks like our opponent is definitely going for it. If I had to guess, it's going to be a Nauseam that they go for. I will look into the size of the overlay and the size of the display, so that way it makes it easier. Thanks for the heads up, Rumble. Alright, we got a Nauseam. Let's see what we got here. So they hit Passing Flames already. They have a lot of rituals, so that could be definitely something that they go for. Looks like their life total's struggling pretty hard right now. With only 4 mana available, they have to keep going, I think. Unless they have like rituals in hand already. They're finding a lot of their discard, so that's pretty good for us. They stopped there. Did they play a land yet? I believe they played a land already. So what do they got here? That was what, 2, 3 mana they're going to be using? Not sure what they're casting for 3 mana. Let's see what happens. They haven't used any of these cards yet. They have 1 unknown card in their hand, so unless their unknown card is a ritual, I think we're going to be okay. Because they need at least 1 ritual to keep their chain going with this Passing Flames. Even an LED would get there, I guess. So they need like 1 more mana. I don't know what they're trying to cast, though. I don't think they're casting Tendrils right now. I highly doubt that was the last card in their hand. There's a chance that that's why they discarded the Lion's Eye Diamond, though. If they're trying to cast Tendrils, they have to crack this pedal. I'm not sure what exactly they're trying to do, though. My opponent hasn't sent me any messages, so they're clearly tanking. I think they realize that they messed up. Because that's what it looks like to me, is that they messed up. But they could surprise us and just kill us right here. Oh, no, my opponent disconnected, so there we go. That's what's going on. All right. So my opponent has lost connection to the game, and then they joined, and they lost connection again. So that's what's going on here. So let's see. Overlay is too big. I'm going to check that out right now. I got the stream actually open on my second monitor. Yeah, it looks like... Let's see. Full screen. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely tough to read. I can definitely see that. I'll have to shrink the bottom a little bit and cut down the right side. Just with the shape of the displays and whatnot. Like, it's a little awkward that way. I suppose I could also... I wonder if I can actually do this now. Okay, so they reconnected. They have emptied the warrens, which means we are dead because we have no mainboard way to just handle that. This is for 16 goblins. Actually, we might just win here. For 16 goblins, I think we actually just win. Because, like, I get to cast Tombstalker next turn. They can't block that. They can't kill me with 16 goblins. So I think we actually just won from that. I'm going to just discard this, this forest. Okay. So let's see. We play Swamp. That's 4. There's 4. If we play, we can also cast Brainstorm or Fatal Push and still have enough to cast Tombstalker. So I can actually kill one of these goblins. So they're at 4. They're at 4 life. We can just kill them here. They need to just cast like a Tendrils of Agony to gain 2 life to win at this point. Sherwin thoughts he can fix that after the stream. I appreciate that. That'd be awesome. So yeah, we just I think we just won actually. Like they need to top deck tendrils and they need to have a ritual as well. So that's kind of nice. Sometimes things work out, you know. Sometimes silly little things happen. So we're gonna go to 4 when they attack. They go to -1. So count me excited and happy. So they need to. They already have the storm. So if they have tendrils, they got it. But if they don't have tendrils, we're good. They're dead. How exciting! What did they discard to Liliana out of curiosity? I think it was the Fluid Delta they had. So they cracked LED. Oh, I think they're going to try and Pass in Flames. I think they're going to try and Storm off again with the Pass in Flames. Yeah. I think they just realized that they are dead if they don't. Alright, let's see how this goes. We're going to have 6. We have no responses. I mean, like, what can they do? They can maybe draw into a Tendrils. Like, Ad Nauseum's super sketchy because they'd have to Ad Nauseum into a Tendrils, which means they're dead. So they can't just do that. Now they've probed, they can't even really cast Ad Nauseum without probably killing themselves. So I think they have to draw into Infernal Tutor. I guess if they have Infernal Tutor, though, they're fine. So it might have been correct to just... I don't know, we had to use Liliana. Yeah, they do ask me to take Brainstorm, that's cool. Alright, so they just died. Ad Nauseam lets you go until you're done, even though you're dead. That's amazing. That's pretty silly. Yeah. So we're gonna... Alright. So there's all the cards I would like for this match. So we got an Engineered Explosives, 3 Engineered Plagues, 3 Surgicals, 2 Sylvan Libraries are all cards I would like to bring in. Engineered Plague is obviously not great, but if they go on the empty plan, it's enough to get the empty plan. It's enough to nerf the empty plan. Smallpox and Sinkhole are not cards I particularly like for this matchup, personally. Sylvan Libraries here is a way to draw extra cards. Smallpox might stay in just because it is discard. I think Engineered Plague's probably... Innocent Blood's pretty weak. Fatal Push is pretty weak. So actually, we have more room for more cards. Not that we have great options for those, but... I guess with Crozum Grip, we can actually screw up some of their math with an LED. But that's pretty loose. I don't like that. If they are Tez, Chill can actually slow them down. Makes it so they need 6 mana for a Passive Flames on the front side and 7 for Passive Flames on the opposite side. And it means they need 6 for an Empty the Warrens, so it makes it a little more difficult for them. Mox Diamonds for like the mana ramp I definitely like. Tombstalkers for the quick clock I like. And Shardless Pox for the card advantage I like. Abrupt Decay is a little awkward. I don't know if I like Abrupt Decay. I think Abrupt Decay has to come out. Smallpox can probably come back in. Smallpox does enter a land, and if they play a Sandstorm, it can kill that. But we're not really trying to respond on their turn anyway, so Sandstorms are relevant. Another Smallpox for an Engineered Plague, I think. I don't know. I clearly do not have enough experience with this deck. It's been a long time since I run it. Life Loam is fairly weak here. That can be the 4 Smallpox. Drop the other one for Toxic Deluge. So we're going to have a bunch of sweepers if they go goblins. We are very weak against the storm. This storm, though. I did not realize how much I hurt the storm matchup when I built this deck. So that's going to have to be looked at after the stream. Alright, so we have Surgical Extraction. We can throw off some stuff. Obviously, Surgical's not great, but it's definitely something worthwhile. We have a couple of Smallpox. We have Tombstalker. His hand's not perfect, but we're going to try it. Everyone's probing me. They're going to see I have Surgical Extraction. How do you zoom? Hold the zoom. See? I made the cards in my hand a little bigger. I hope that helps with everyone seeing them. The rest is probably going to take surgical, which is unfortunate, but... Alright. Yeah. Okay, we got a Brainstorm. We're going to play the Underground, see what they know about. We'll keep the Brainstorm in hand for now. If we have to, we'll Brainstorm. Hopefully it's surgical if they start to go off. Another goddamn probe. Alright. No secrets for my strong opponent. We're up a game, so we'll have a third game to make adjustments if we need to. Let's see what's going on. My opponent's still having problems with... No, they're still connected. Alright, so they immediately got a Cobble Ritual, which is not going to be for Threshold, being the 6th card. Alright, they're going to duress us. We're going to Brainstorm a response. We don't just want to let that happen. Alright, so Liliana is something we definitely don't want them to take, nor is Toxic Deluge. We can't cast either anyway right now. So we're just going to have to put those back and give them this Ancestral Vision, possibly. There's a good chance we are likely just dead. They obviously call a Ritual to cast the Dress, I think. Yeah, they have another Cobble Ritual, so... If they go ad nauseam, we might get lucky here, and they might just kill themselves again. Looks like they're probably... Ooh, Dark Petition. That's a different story. So they crack that for red, Dark Petition for a Pass in Flames. And they're going to be short. They'll be 6 mana. They use 4 and have 2 to go back. They don't have enough to go further, do they? Yeah. So they have 2 mana. That's 5. That's 3. So that's 8. So they have enough to Dark Petition for Tendrils. So we're just dead here. I'm assuming they know the line. They are 1 and 2, and they went on. We can hope that they. We can hope that it doesn't get there. I don't want to just scoop, but we have to make them at least have the line. They didn't crack the LED before they cast. They didn't retain priority and crack LED. I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but I think they might be 1 mana short now. Because Pass in Flames is now going to cost 5 mana. They have exactly 5. They had not 5 mana, they had 6. So they only have 1 mana and they don't have a Dark Ritual. So I'm not sure where they go from here. I guess they have to like probe into... They have already played land. So they have to like probe into a Dark Ritual, or they just fizzled. They didn't cast a Brainstorm or anything, and they just searched. So it's not like they know the top card of the deck. So I think we just got there because they just punted, but I thought my punts were pretty bad. I'm wondering if they forgot to retain priority on that Dark Petition to crack the LED for red. That's my best assumption of what they did, because that would have been like clearly the line to just kill me. So we got lucky. They're going to duress us because they realized that they screwed up. Probably take, what do they take? Duress to Smallpox? Alright, so they've duressed away 2 Smallpox, which is perfectly fine with me. I am okay with that. We're going to suspend this Ancestral Vision, hope we have time until it goes off. Not much we can do, so we're just going to pass through. We're also going to pass through their turn. So we know our next card is Toxic Deluge. We need to draw another card in case they go empty. We're going to need to draw another land. With all that land we drew last game, it's unfortunate we haven't drawn that much this game. We're definitely going to need some more, though. Alright. No Tombstalker yet for me. We don't care about graveyards right now. Brainstorm. It's a powerful card. Might be just enough for them. So a game like this, like Life Alone and Wasteland, would be pretty nice. Okay. Another probe. So Brainstorm might have locked them. This probe is trying to dig them past the Brainstorm lock. okay with the Underground Sea, though, so maybe the Probe showed them enough cards where they can kill us, and they need this Underground Sea for rituals, because I would have probably not went down to 8. Although I guess 8 against a Tomb Stalker doesn't really change your clock that much. Alright, Shardless Agent's not what the doctor ordered for us at all. Yeah, so I think that the Probe was just them trying to get past their past the Brainstorm lock. Alright, so we're actually just gonna cast the Shardless Agent. Hope we hit something of like decent relevance. We have plenty of black sources. We only really ever need one. We don't really need any green sources at all, anyways, aside from Shardless Agent right now. So we're gonna cast the Shardless Agent. Hope we hit something nice. Even Surgical Extraction's okay. Oh, look at that. Ancestral Vision's even better. I'll take that all day. Hey, look, we hit a Surgical off that. That's what we were hoping for. Let's see what we got here. What do they got in their graveyard? So they already used their Past in Flames. They have 2 couple rituals, which I think is good enough. I'm going to take out these. I might just wait, actually. I'm just going to wait. I think Dark Petition is going to be the correct call, if not Couple Ritual. I am going to hold off on the Surgical just for a little bit. Alright, so they have a Petal. They have another Petal. We might just be dead here. 3 petals. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's LED. Yeah, I should have taken the LEDs. That would have been good. Oh my god. That would have been so good. Oh, tilt. That's so unfortunate. So that's a 6 spell. 7 spell probably be... The 7 spell's Tendril. We're not dead. The 7 spells Empty the Warrens. We're definitely not dead. They didn't crack that again. I don't know why they're not retaining priority to crack the LEDs. Are they just like making mistakes left and right? Another Infernal Tutor. Okay, so they're going to Infernal Tutor chain to go get Tendrils. Alright, so that's the 7 spell, so Tendrils will be the 8th spell. I probably should have responded and... No, because then they can just kill me with Tendrils. I was going to say if I responded and took their Infernal Tutor, that would just... I could stop them from going Tutor into Tendrils, but the Surgical would actually add the Storm they needed anyway. So just go get Tendrils and kill me. Oh, no, they don't. Oh, I'm bad at math. I'm at 19, not 18. So yeah, taking the Tutor over there would have been perfect. That sucks. Man, mistakes were made. If I had just Surgical that LED in the first place, we would have been good here. I might have even stripped 2 cards from my hand if I stopped it on the draw step. Something to note for game 3 if we end up getting there. Kind of hoping they're stupid and they just go for empty. They haven't seen this Toxic Deluge yet, so... They didn't probe this turn, did they? No, they haven't probed this turn, so they have no idea about the Toxic Deluge. If we're lucky, they might just go get Tendril. They might get to empty and think that's good enough. Yeah, Surgical Inferno Tutor is definitely what we needed to do. If they have a second Dark Protection, it would have made a difference, but... My opponent disconnect again? Is that what happened here? Or are they just kind of trying to figure out the line? They might just be trying to figure out the line. Nice if they just went and got Tendrils there. Do they just... Oh, Ad Nauseam? That's... They have basically 1 mana. I don't know what my opponent's doing right now. I would not have gotten Ad Nauseam. Another Infernal Tutor in hand. No way to actually use it because they have 2 lands now. They can play a land, but they can't play 2. So they had to stop there. I wonder if they just didn't realize they could have tutored and then went and got Tendrils, and I'd just be dead here. That's really unfortunate for them. Alright, so they just played Delta and they played Dark Ritual. So we know about 7 cards. We know about their entire the entire contents of their hand right now. Is Tutor, is that a sorcery? Yeah. Alright, so we're going to do this. Okay, yeah, they realized that they just screwed up, so. We got lucky there. If they'd seen the Tutor into Tendril's line, they could have killed us, but they didn't. So we got lucky, we won that one. That's definitely one of our worst matchups, but the Tombstalker racing the Empty the Warrens is pretty nice when they have to go on ad nauseam. And there, I don't think they saw the Tutor chain into Tendrils is for the kill. If they have another Dark Petition, they could have tutored into Dark Petition and gotten Tendrils as well. Hope everyone's having a good night tonight. We're trying to get whatever wins we can. That last match, our Storm opponent just failed to Tutor Chain to kill us. They ended up going for ad nauseam instead of their 4th Infernal Tutor and then Tendrils, which would have been enough to kill us. So we got lucky. I think our opponent being 1-2 with Storm, they're probably a little... I think they're a little unfamiliar with the deck, and that's probably what saved us so much. Alright, so this hand's pretty sweet. We can turn 1, Mox Diamond land, use Life from Loam. So we're going to keep this. Looks like my opponent is on the play. So we also get a draw step, which may be sweet. Trop Delver. My best guess would be Rug Delver. There is a slight chance that it is not Rug Delver. But we are going to play against it like it is Rug Delver. We're going to start with an Abrupt Decay on their Delver Secrets. I'm going to discard the fetch land mostly just because I don't want to possibly get stifled. Not that Stifle's going to be a huge deal since we have access to like Life from Home and more land. But I really don't want to get stifled. Sinkhole's a little awkward if this is Rug Delver because they do run days. Whatever Delver variant they're running with a Tropical Island, they're probably going to have days though. So Sinkhole's super awkward. Not feeling great about that. Here's a Tarmogoyf. Okay. They are tapped out, so I'm going to Shardless here. If we can hit another Abrupt Decay, we're real happy. If we hit an Innocent Blood, we're also fairly happy. If they have days, we're going to know about it now. If they use the days here, we can probably try and Sinkhole them. Yeah, so they got the days for that. That's fine. Our Shardless Agent will block for a turn, which is cool. Okay. That would have been pretty sweet if we got that one off. They'd lose their Goyf, we'd have our Shardless Agent. The awkward thing in this matchup currently is that because Shardless Agent's an artifact creature, it will pump their Goyf when it dies. So that's a little awkward. Next time we can Sinkhole a land and Life from Loam get back all our lands. There's a Volk. Hopefully it's not a Bolt. If it's a Bolt, we don't get the block, which means we're going to take 5 instead of nothing. Alright, so we got the block. Now their Goyf is much larger. Okay, that's a Bayou. That's not great. So we're going to play Fetch Land. Sinkhole now. We're going to Sinkhole this Volk. What are we doing? Nope, that's not the right card. That's what we're going to cast. Another Daze would be very unfortunate. It is Rug Delver, so there's a good chance they have another Daze. I just don't want to get stifled here, so I can cast Life from them for sure. I probably should have played Bayou for that exact reason. I'd rather get 2 lands back than 1, though. They have a Spell Snare. Ooh, that's cute. Alright, we're going to fetch here. So I want to fetch a Forest to make sure we always have green and black on, since we have the Forest and Swamp. Any Abrupt Decay we draw, we obviously are going to want to cast. I'm going to hold off on Life from Loam for a couple turns, draw some cards. Hopefully we can find like a Liliana or Jace or something to bounce this Tarmogoyf and answer it for a turn. Alright, we're going to take a big punch to the face of 5 damage. Another reason we probably don't want to dredge back Life from Loam is if we do dredge back passive Planeswalker, that's obviously not great for us. Alright, cancel that. Ancestral, that's not exactly where we want to be here. We are going to suspend it though. Alright. They don't flip their Delver, we'll be okay for a turn. Taking 8 and going to 6 is not going to be ideal. If we take 8 and go to 6, and then we draw something like a Liliana, even if we make them sacrifice and they have a bolt, they can kill our Liliana and their Goyf just kills us on their next turn. So that's not great. Post-board, I think we're going to get a lot stronger against this deck. We are much more suited to fight fair decks. We got lucky against Storm. We got horribly unlucky against lands. Their draw was just really good. Like, turn 1 was the double Wasteland. Okay, we drew another land, so we're just going to concede here. We're obviously dead. Super dead. So we got Tox Deluge I like. Submerge is actually funny against them. Catch him in response to a fetch, which is cute. I like Sylvan Library just to draw some extra cards. I kind of like Surgical Extraction for the land destruction route, but I don't think the land destruction route is where we particularly want to be. We're going to see what we can trim and see where we can go from here. Jaces are super slow. At 4 mana, we're just probably not going to resolve one. Abrupt Decays are obviously good. Innocent Blood handles like Goyf and Nimble Mongoose. Fatal Push answers Delver and Goyf, so we have to keep those in. Shardless Agent feels real bad here, I think. I'm not really a fan of the idea of having Shardless Agent. Sinkhole and Smallpox are great here. Lifeloam's awesome. So we do have 8 open slot currently. I think for that open slot, I want an Engineer Explosives because EE on 1 answers their Mongoose and their Delvers. So I'm just going to do that. We're going to skip the Mana Denial plan. It could be possible on the play we do want to get the Mana Denial plan, so we can turn one like Wasteland or Trop and Surgical it, so all their Goyfs and Gooses can't actually hit the board, but I don't think that's strong enough. And there's a decent chance like dropping the Shardless Agents, like I should drop the Ancestrals, mostly just because Ancestral's like super slow, and then on the turn it's going to come off suspend, they can just stifle it. This hand's pretty good. I like it. I would love to see a Lifeloam, but for right now, this hand is actually pretty awesome. If we resolve a Tombstalker, odds are they're probably not really going to be able to answer it. We have Innocent Blood for like Mongoose, Goyf, all that. We also have like Liliana, Smallpox, so we're looking pretty good. Yeah, you think Agent's good? I think Agent's okay. I'm not really sold on the idea that it might be like perfect. Like 3 mana to get like an Agent and possibly go into an Abrupt Decay, which won't hit whatever they have, seems a little bad to me. But it's possible that is good enough. We definitely should have led Forest there instead of Bayou, since we're not using black mana right now. That was pretty bad, just wasting that Bayou like that. So yeah, that was bad play right there on my part. And now we're drawing Brainstorm. We don't have a blue source. That's awkward. Would have been nice to be able to try to resolve our Liliana here. Okay, so they have a Trop. They just fetch and play a Tarmogoyf here. We're just going to Innocent Blood it away. All right, looks like they have a very reactive hand. This Wasteland's going to eat your Trop for breakfast. Unless they have Stifle. That's not going to eat their Trop for breakfast. It is possible that I'm just going like fetch land pass. They could be trying to wait on a Stifle for me. They might have been trying to like catch a fetch land somewhere. Okay, let's see if this Wasteland hits. Yeah, Wasteland went off, so we're good. That's where I'd love to have Surgical Extraction. Again, shutting off stuff like the Nimble Mongoose and Tarmogoyf is like real good. It's a lot easier to answer 4 Delvers than it is to answer 12 of all those creatures, especially Nimble Mongoose, which we can't target. There's a difference when like 4 Abrupt Decays kills your opponent than when a bunch of Fatal Pushes and whatnot kill your opponent. There's an Abrupt Decay, so that's a start. Yeah, getting rid of that Bayou is really unfortunate. So far, our opponent hasn't showed us any type of counter magic, which means they probably have a buttload of it. So Nimble Mongoose is really the only card we're very concerned with. So Pluto Delta, I don't want to just have it get countered or stifled, so I'm going to hope they tap down for like a True Name or something. I have to assume they saw we have removal. There's a good chance they have True Name. Postboard. It's a way to get around some of our like targeted removal. Won't get around Innocent Blood, obviously, which I did also see. But they have 1 mana. Yeah, I'm not going to fetch. I want to fetch real bad, but I'm not going to just run into a Stifle. If they tap both lands here, I'm going to fetch. Well, I'm probably going to fetch Brainstorm, and then I'll replicate like Tarmogoyf if that's what they're playing. Okay. So now we're at a pretty awkward spot. I think we actually have to. I think we just discard here. I'm going to discard a Smallpox. Right. Yeah, I think Smallpox is the answer. Okay. Smallpox goes away. No idea what my opponent has in hand. They will start with a Delver, though. So my turn, I'm just going to try casting Instant Blood. Play this Bayou first. Yeah, I'm going to try this Instant Blood, see if that gets the Delver. We can actually pay for Spell Pierce right now, so they're pretty much on force. They could be like Spell Pierce Days, but they're going to basically be unforced if we have an Instant Blood, so Brainstorm is fine. Hoping for them to tap down a bit. I'd love to crack this fetch and just go get a basic island. I'm going to probably get a basic island just to make sure we're playing around Wasteland and keep blue up. It could just be correct to just get another black source, though. Okay. Further responses with your Brainstorm, bud. Okay. They're cracking their fetch. I really want to crack my fetch, but let's see what they do here. Maybe they'll just cast Fire and hit Delver for 1 and hit us for 1. Won't give us the satisfaction and Instant Blood away their creature. Alright, so this actually resolved, so we got him. Alright. So we got double Chop, double Vault. It's minimal Mongoose, so we do have Liliana for that. They drew another land too. Jesus. Alright. They end up just playing a Goyf here. We're going to replicate the Goyf on a turn and try and resolve a Liliana. I'm going to fetch on a turn. If they have the Stifle, like they have the Stifle, I'm not going to play around it forever. If they want to use it here, that's perfectly fine. If we can actually resolve our Liliana, we can actually get like... We can resolve our Liliana, we can at least like tag both creatures. Submerge is cute. I'm going to put back Tombstalker. We're going to draw 1. Chances are they can answer it, so I'm actually... Oh, no. No, don't pass yet. Oh, why am I so bad at this game? I'm going to start with Abrupt Decay on Tarmogoyf. I'm going to fetch. They didn't stifle that last one, so I can't picture they're going to stifle this one. I'm going to get a Swamp to make sure we always have double black up. I'm going to try a Liliana here. There's a decent chance we just get dazed, which actually makes me not want to just try a Liliana here. Makes me actually rather just try a Smallpox. I'm going to try a Smallpox here. See if we get away with this. If they have Spell Pierce, that's just countered, but that's fine. Little Mongoose is only a 3/3, so we will have time to interact with it. Yes, they had Spell Pierce, that's fine. No, we'll not pay for Spell Pierce. We don't have mana for that. It was tempting to not use the Replicate on Goyf just to try and like get him with a fetch land and submerge, but that's like obviously way too cute, and if that fails to actually resolve, we're just taking a lot of damage. It's obviously better to just answer Goyf when you get the chance. Yeah, Brainstorm, that's something. The next turn, we're definitely going to try Liliana. We'll have the ability to pay for days or Spell Pierce if they have either or. Another Nimble Mongoose, obviously not great for us, but we're okay with that. So we're finding plenty of black sources, which is nice. It also means we can chain Lilianas, but I don't think chaining them's good. I'm going to probably... This Liliana resolves, I'm going to make him sacrifice a creature and then resolve a Tombstalker. Or attempt to resolve a Tombstalker. If Liliana doesn't resolve, I'm probably still going to try and resolve a Tombstalker. Again, like, for the most part, I don't think they're going to be able to answer it. Like, they might have the 1 of Dismember, or 2 of Dismember, or something along those lines. They can double bolt it. They double bolt it, like, I still consider that a victory. If they double bolt it, we might even just submerge it just to... just to save it. Alright, so they had Stifle. Alright, let's see how they like a Tombstalker. We don't have any way to flash back, so we're going to get rid of all our spells first. Alright, how much more do we actually have to pay? One more? We'll get rid of a fetch land. We do still have Loams, like... We do still have Loams, right? I forget. I have to assume we still have Loams. So we still have, like, Bayou Double Wasteland. So, like, Tombstalkers still block one of these, which is nice. So now we can, like, block one, and they have to bolt it to kill it, which I'm fine with. If they go after my Liliana, I'm just going to let them both hit my Liliana. Alright, Liliana's getting attacked by both. I'm not just going to throw my Tombstalker away. Like, this Liliana's definitely going to die, so there's no reason to block and lose my Tombstalker. As of right now, like, if this Liliana resolves and I can make them sacrifice, this Tombstalker just actually, like, races them. Submerge can actually answer Tarmogoyf, so I'm fine with that. Alright, we're drawing more land. That's not great. Means we're going to be able to more easily pay for stuff like Spell Pierce and Daze, which is cool and all, but it's not incredible. I'm going to try and Submerge this Goyf if I get this Liliana resolve, because I'd like to just put this on top, and Liliana stacks one, gets rid of one on Mongoose. Okay. So we're very slowly dismantling the board. Or at least trying to. If they have a Stifle here, that's going to be very unfortunate. Alright, so we got one of the Mongoose. I am going to just attack them with Tombstalker. If they answer Liliana here, I'm completely fine with that, because our Tombstalker races one Nimble Mongoose. We have tons of answers for Goyf in the deck, so we're not too scared about Goyf. Alright. And if our Liliana soaks up another Mongoose hit, like, that's perfectly fine as well. I think even with Tarmogoyf, they can't raise my Tombstalker. Liliana the Veil's good, yeah. So that's like another Fog. So we're definitely way ahead in the race. I think the Tarmogoyf's going to be a 6-7 right now. So that's 9. 2-turn clock. Okay, so maybe they can... Oh, it's a 5-6. Still 2-turn clock, so maybe they can raise my Tombstalker, which is unfortunate. That's going to be 8, puts us to 7. So we'll be able to block Nimble Mongoose next turn and trade if they have Bolt. Alright, so at this point we've shut off their fetch lands and Force of Will alternate cast, because that'll make them lose a life, and this is 5 damage. If we can top deck an Abrupt Decay here or Fatal Push to kill this Tarmogoyf, we're in really good shape. If not, we're probably going to have to hold our Tombstalker back to block at this point. A Delver Ticket's just real unfortunate. Even a Smallpox right here is good enough. Sinkhole is really bad draw. Yeah, we might be in some trouble here now. That's unfortunate. I'm going to get rid of one of their Volks. Limit the amount of bolts they can cast in a turn. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop the Sink. If we get to a game 3, I'm going to drop Sinkholes and bring back in Shardless Agents. If this Delver flips, that's going to be a problem. Alright, that's a problem. So I think the only way we survive here is if we block Tarmogoyf. Which means we lose our Tombstalker, which is really unfortunate. Yeah, then having Stifle for that first Liliana was unfortunate, and we drew our Wasteland, so we just dead. Really sucked. I guess I should probably approach that match in a little bit of a different way. Alright. We're now 1-2. We're going to try another round here. So yeah, in hindsight, I would probably get rid of Sinkholes. I knew they were pretty bad against Daze, so it was probably awkward to keep them in. Keep in Shardless Agent, because even if they stifle a Cascade trigger or counter spell cascading into, at least we get something out of it. It's a chump blocker at least. Also, as a top deck, it can possibly convert into a removal spell. It converts into something like Abrupt Decay, they can't even counter that, so that's fine. So maybe that was correct. Alright, my opponent has a Tezzeret Avatar. Alright, this hand would be great with a Life from Home. As it stands right now, I'm not super excited for it, but I'm going to try it. I'm probably just going to go double Mox Diamond. Not even worry about playing a land. I guess keeping Wasteland up is probably okay. Nah, I'm going to get the second Mox Diamond down. We're going to play greedy here. We're going to hope to just draw like a lifeline. We are going to suspend this Ancestral Vision, though. And if we draw a land next turn, we have Abrupt Decay and Innocent Blood up, so regardless of what they do, we're going to be able to get whatever it is. If this is, in fact, like a Tesserator deck, hence the avatar here, where this hand's super weak, except for the Abrupt Decay. Our opponent's probing us. I don't know what exactly that means. Underground Sea, Storm, or Grixis Delver. Okay, so Grixis Delver most likely. So that Deathrite Shaman's super dead. I'm not sure why they would cast it into that, into what they've seen here. I'm kind of okay with Smallpoxing here, but I do not want to just get blown up. I don't want Daze to just let this Deathrite get active, so we're going to just cast Innocent Blood. We're going to play it slow and carefully. I'd like this Abrupt Decay to be able to hit their next creature as well. As long as it's not a Grub Angler, Abrupt Decay will be able to hit it. The reason I'm saving Abrupt Decay is because they play Young Pyromancer here and are able to probe again. Abrupt Decay can just target the Young Pyromancer, which is great. Alright, Delver Deathrite. Okay. So I think here. Okay, so we got land, that's sweet. Deathrite's not super concerning, but the Delver is a fairly quick clock. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kill this Delver now. I'll let them get their Deathrite for one turn. I'm gonna try and Smallpox away next turn. Alright, I've got Deathrite and 3 land up. That's not great. So they're just immediately eating their Abrupt Decay. And we haven't shown any signs of having Snapcaster Mage. I don't know if that was really necessary for them to do, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. How's our Ancestral Vision looking? One more counter, so next turn we get Ancestral Visions. Alright, so I think here we want to force them to do something. So we're going to cast this Smallpox. We are going to fetch and use the land to cast it. So we're going to have to sack it anyway, so. If they counter it, we're gonna get this other Smallpox next turn. Okay. Sure you can daze it. Yes, I will pay. And sure you can daze it again, because I can't picture you hard cast a daze if you weren't gonna just alternate cast a daze as well. Okay, yeah. There's the alternate cast daze, which I figured they'd have after hard casting the first one with the 1 mana I had up. Just get to keep this land for another turn and get the Smallpox them next turn. Might not even have to Smallpox them, depending on what we draw for Ancestral Visions. Okay, let's see if this resolves. I have to assume they're going to have counter magic for it. I guess their dazes are pretty dead against us with 3-9 up on our upkeep, so there was really no reason to do that. But let's see what happens. So they're stifling. Okay, so this is a stifle variant. So that's just an exile forever now, which is unfortunate, but it'll be all right. So we're gonna play this fetch land. We will when we cast the Smallpox, we have to sack land. We'll sacrifice our fetch land. So we're not just taking land out of our deck. And they also had Force, so that was the last 2 cards they had in hand. Okay. Okay, so Snared's got what they need. Good for them. That's awesome. So now they're going to eat a card from our library, from our graveyard, which is a Smallpox. Okay, so our opponent has nothing and we have nothing, except they have a Deathrite, which is more than nothing. So that's tough. So I'd love a Jace here. Young Pyromancer is going to be a problem. We're going to draw like an Abrupt Decay or something, or Fatal Push. We've already used 1 Abrupt Decay, so Fatal Push is more likely. Hey, look at that. We are going to Fatal Push this stupid Young Pyromancer. Because we do not want this to get crazy. So So I'd love to draw a Jace here. I'd love to draw Liliana Vale. Hell, I would love to draw like a Shardless Agent. Abrupt Decay's fine. Innocent Blood's fine. Fine with all these options. We can kill this Deathrite. We're in good shape. As of right now, this Deathrite's really frustrating. Okay, so they're top decking land now, which is cool. Like them to talk like land over. Okay, Smallpox. Sinkhole is a bad draw. We are going to Sinkhole. I mean, Sinkholing here, it really doesn't matter. Sinkholing like Underground Sea forces them to fetch, I guess. But I'm going to hit this Volcanic Island. I guess I'm playing a weird deck, so they can't really assume I'm not running Snapcaster Mage. So they're hitting all the relevant cards, like Fatal Push got hit, Abrupt Decay got hit, Smallpox got hit, so they are playing this correctly, I would say. We're just drawing land. I'm going to fetch now. I'm going to try and reduce my chances of drawing land to the next following turns. Maybe draw some like relevant removal or something. We'll get the Trop here. We do want the blues. We have plenty of blue sources and whatnot. Okay, there goes Innocent Blood. So this Deathrite might just go all the way. This is some quality entertainment here. I'm drawing stuff like Sinkhole and land. They're drawing land. Oh, Young Pyromancer. There we go. Something getting going for my opponent. We're going to draw more removal. That just hits Young Pyromancer, hopefully. Nope, another land. Let's see. So we're going to take 4, 6. We're just going to lose here. I'm just going to scoop. They draw any non-land card. We're going to, yeah, we're just dead. All right. Toxic Deluge comes in. Chill does not come in. Enchanted Plague's tempting just for the tokens, but I don't think it's really that great. What else do I want here? I don't think I really want... Sylvan Library is probably really good. This is going to be a matchup of attrition. So Sylvan Library is going to be able to draw us past a lot of things. Liliana Vale, I'm going to trim 1 just because she's not great if a Young Pyromancer gets on board. There's a possibility my opponent goes on like Ancient Grudge post board, in which case Mox Diamonds aren't great. But I'm actually fine with that. I'm going to trim Sinkholes. Again, this is probably a Daze deck we're up against. Sinkhole doesn't play well with that. I am going to bring in an Engineered Plague, though. I'm going to bring in a second one as well. We're going to go 61 cards and have a more fun game. EE, that's what I want. Yes. Damn it. I forgot about EE. I thought I already brought it in. I got to keep in mind what I learned from my last stream when someone was helping me out. Was take your time, think of things. All right, if we can pull this one out, EE comes in. EE answering tokens is definitely good. I'm going to brainstorm now. We know what matchup we're in. This is a loose hand. We want to make sure we can fix some things. Having Mox Diamond from the land's great. I don't want them to take a bunch of these cards, so I'm going to put Abrupt Decay and some Blood back. I'm going to play Mox Diamond, pitching this Verdant Catacombs. Right? No, I think I pitch Wasteland because I want the fetch, right? No, I don't want the fetch. I do want to be able to cast those cards that I just put back, so we'll use this, get ahead up on board a little bit. Love to find a life loam that we've already found a Wasteland. Alright, blues, so they're going to cast Delver. Okay, that Delver is pretty much dead. Okay, let's see here. Alright. We're going to cast an Innocent Blood. We're going to play Wasteland. I'm actually fine Wastelanding this now. Our next turn, we're probably going to... Their end step will probably cast this Brainstorm, especially if they don't play a land. So that means that they don't have days. So we know they don't have any lands in hand at this point, or likely don't have lands in this hand at this point. I can't picture why they would ever let that happen. We're going to put these 2 small packs back. Alright, play this Swamp. And just say go. We have nothing really to do right now. We could just Smallpox just to discard cards out of their hand, but that's obviously not good here. It would make us get rid of an Abrupt Decay. If they go like land, like Deathrite or something, we want to have the Abrupt Decay for that. We know we're drawing another Smallpox here, which again, not great. My opponent with the greedy 1-land Delver Keep. Oh, they discard. They discard Cobble Therapy, which makes sense. Underground Sea, so drawing all our lands. I'm terribly sorry, I gotta step away to the bathroom real quick. Ah, glasses. Okay, our opponent didn't do anything on their turn. They discarded a Young Pyromancer, which makes sense that they obviously can't cast it. Alright. Chill's an option as well to bring in Aaron. Does make Young Pyromancer cost 4. Makes bolts cost 3. I think it's a little loose, so I wouldn't bring that in, really. The EE is definitely coming in, though, as pointed out by someone else. Alright, if they don't have force and we can resolve the Sylvan Library, we're in very good shape. We're under no pressure at all. We can draw extra cards if we like. They have force, though, which I'm not really surprised. Makes sense. They do have a lot of cards in hand that they cannot cast, so force will would likely be one of them. Right, let's see what we got here. They got anything? Okay, they got nothing. What are we drawing? Brainstorm. That's a good start. Let's get a brainstorm out there. See what we can draw that's relevant. I mean, I'm fine with Shardless Agent. That's cool. Alright, so let's see. Put back Smallpox, Ancestral. I'll play out this Mox Diamond, pitching this Trop. And then I'm going to cast a Shardless Agent. Alright, let's see what happens here. Okay. The reason I use the Mox Diamond pitching Trop is because Ancestral is going to target us. We'll only be at 6 cards, so it's not like we would have had to just go to discard and discard something. Okay, they have another force. We now have a Shardless Agent, which is fine. Okay, yeah, sure. I'd love to draw some cards. My opponent just doesn't want me to. It's unfortunate. So they exiled a Forcible for their force. What was the other card they exiled? They exiled a Ponder to their other one. Probe, Seize, Smallpox, Abrupt Decay, Abrupt Decay. I can't picture they're feeling great right now, but if they want to stay in this game, all power to them. I have no idea what they're supposed to get going. I'm actually almost okay to just lose the Shardless Agent to get rid of that Pluto Delta. But I want a Smallpox when they play a creature. I don't just want a Smallpox, just a Smallpox. So I'm going to wait one more turn. If we find something more relevant, like a Liliana or something to play, I'd rather not restrict our mana and hurt our chances of playing something like that. Okay, so they haven't cast anything yet. Now we have Fatal Push. Yeah, I think it's roughly to the point where a double opponent should just scoop it up. Like, they saw we have double Abrupt Decay and a Smallpox. The only reason I'm not casting Smallpox is I want to just keep clocking them with the Shardless Agent. If they kill a Shardless Agent at any point, like a Bolt, Fatal Push, whatever, then they're getting Smallpox and they're losing their one land. But at this point, like, if they find a second land, I'm definitely going to, and they play a creature, I'm definitely going to fire off a Smallpox, maybe even 2. Tombstalker's nice. It's a good clock, I hear. I hear 5/5s are good. Let's see. So again, we don't have any way to buy back spells. So we just do that and that. There's our Tombstalker. We do have ways to buy back lands. We have Life Loam, so we're going to keep that. They don't have another Force of Will. Bad news for them. And with Tombstalker, yeah, this is definitely a place to find this group. Engineer Explosives, like suggested earlier by someone. Yes, that definitely comes in. So I'm actually up 2 cards now. I don't know if I particularly like the Engineered Plagues. but they're probably better than a lot of other things I could be doing. I think a Smallpox is weak against Young Pyromancer, so I am going to drop a Smallpox. And I'm going to drop a Jace. Like, I think a Jace is fine, but 2 Jace is, like, kind of sketch against stuff like Young Pyromancer, Bolts, and all that. It's also kind of slow, so it's more likely to get hit by a couple therapy and whatnot. This hand's garbage. I'd keep this hand if I had, like, a life moment in another land, but... Alright, this hand's sketchy, but... Okay, that makes this hand better. Okay. Alright, so if they have Cobble Therapy, they're going to take something here and now. Most likely. They might just, they see we don't have turn 1 plays, they might just play Condelver and pass. This hand might just be slightly too slow. Especially if they Cobble Therapy with a Abrupt Decay. Then whatever creature they play just gets run rampant, especially if it's Young Pyromancer, that can be a problem. So like Therapy, take Abrupt Decay. Yeah, no, they just have Death Right, okay. Plays for Catacombs. Just gonna pass. Love to jam this Silver Library on 2, but I think that's a little sketch. It's probably going to end up being like turn 2 Abrupt Decay if they play Young Pyromancer, hit the Young Pyromancer. Okay, another probe, cool. Not much has changed, I've drawn away from one. Another probe. Oh my god. My opponent stuck on land, maybe? I don't think this variant, this Grixis Delver, is going to run Stifle. Oh, they do have Stifle, actually. They Stifle our Ancestral, yeah. That is the thing, so we're probably going to fetch. Thanks for a reminder. Usually, a lot of Grixis Delver decks don't run Stifle. I know there is one variant running around right now that does favor it, though. I completely forgot about that. Alright, before they get mana off that, I am going to fetch. I highly doubt they're just going to add blue just to do nothing, but... Alright, to be safe, I'm going to get a forest with that. My next fetch is going to get a black source. I'm likely going to end up Abrupt King that Deathrite Shaman. Go to this chat bubble. Alright, so they got another Ponder. I think it's obvious they're digging for more land, which means Abrupt Decay is going to be that much more crippling for them if they don't find it. I'm just going to peek at this, see what they do. They chose not to shuffle and they drew. They didn't play a land, so that's very odd that they didn't do that. Okay, I guess Innocent Blood works too. So I'm going to try this Innocent Blood first, because that's going to fall off if they do find the Young Pyromancer. The Abrupt Decay is going to fall. Innocent Blood is going to fall off if they do find the Young Pyromancer. So, Decay. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I have no reason to actually just gem Decay there if they can't particularly daze 4 Spell Pierce. It requires them to have exactly Force. So Innocent Blood seems fine. Yeah. Like, even if they end up countering the Innocent Blood, and then they just resolve like a Young Pyromancer for any chance, like, Decay needs to hit Young Pyromancer. It's the only reason I didn't do that, Lawrence. You know they missed land drop. Yes, they missed 2 land drops, right? Yeah. Well, no, they missed 1. Alright, this Delver's going to die now. I want to choke their resources. Yeah, so you're saying Decay the Deathrite to ensure their resources are choked rather than Innocent Blood and take a chance they get another turn. Yeah, that's fair. Me cracking 2 fetches does feed their Deathrite, so there is that. Especially since Blood kills Delve threats. Blood does kill Delve threats, that is correct. Alright. So an Engineering Plague here would be great. That's not an Engineering Plague though. Alright. Jam a library here. So what do I got here? I have some one off from Tombstalker, so I am gonna fetch Cast Alone. Yeah, last game I also had them stuck on 0 lands and they had double force in hand. Or everything. Okay, that's fine. Loam can go in my graveyard, I'm fine with that. You got the days, buddy. Thank you. Alright. See if these Delvers flip. If they flip, it's going to make them that much harder to kill. Alright, so they are not flipping. Get lucky there. No Tabernacle in this variant, no. I'm on blue, black, green, so with how greedy the mana base is, I didn't end up slotting. I didn't slot a Tabernacle in there. It's possible I might want some number of crop rotation in this deck to add a Tabernacle. But yeah, I'm not currently running Tabernacle here. Alright. Wasteland on Bayou, sure. Sounds great. Okay. Not going to dredge this life alone. Okay. Yes, I do want to use this ability. No replacement, no replacement. Alright, so we're going to put 2 back or pay life. I think I want to keep 2 cards, so I'm going to put 1 back. Put a Trop back. And then I'm going to pay 4 life to keep the Wasteland. So is it worth it to play around Spell Pierce or Daze? Let's see what they've cast so far. They've played 1 Daze. They're probably more likely to have Pierce. I guess Pierce would be in less numbers, though. They have 2 cards in hand, and I don't know what they have, right? Okay, they've exiled that to Death, right? Daze is probably more likely. They're also on the play, so it's more likely to be in full numbers. I'm going to try and gem this with 1 mana up. If we get Pierced, it's going to really suck, but I think that's definitely the closest chance. And this on human shuts down all their Delvers. It shuts down their Young Pyromancers. Oh my god, yes. Oh, I am so hard right now. And then we're going to get rid of this Underground Sea since Garmagingler without a black source becomes nothing. Oh, that was good call. They had Daze in hand. They had Daze in hand. We got lucky by playing around Daze. Right, Lawrence? Oh, jeez, that was close. Alright, so I think at this point we pretty much just, I think we could just take away the game. I'm definitely going to bring back Life Loam now that we have Wasteland in our graveyard. And our opponent scoops. So we won the match, so we're 2-2. It's weird, I always start out 2-2 with Pox variants. I know this type of stuff better than I know Blue-White Control for sure. Whew, that was awesome. Alright, I gotta breathe for a second here. Playing around that Daze or Spell Pierce was just like, oh, so close. I will tell you, Lawrence, by the way, after you were helping me out on that last league I ran with Blue-White Standard Replenish, I played a bunch of matches since then, took a bunch of what you said into consideration, and I am 8-3 with the deck since that league. Now that I'm playing closer, playing much tighter, and I'm playing a little slower considering my plays and stuff. So, thank you very much for helping me out there, bud. This Creeping Tar Pit's awkward. I should probably just get rid of it. This should probably just be the Tabernacle. Let's see. So I played against, yeah, this is close. I'm gonna keep it. We have the ability to get Green Source. We have the Swamp. Just gotta lead on Swamp. See what my opponent does. Mountain. Shit. My best guess is going to be Blood Moon Stompy here. So I'm going to have to play around Blood Moon. Fetch is going to go out. And I'll have to fetch a green source to hold up Abrupt Decay if they play Blood Moon. If we get bolted in a turn, it's obviously just burn, not Blood Moon, so we're pretty much in trouble either way. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Trinosphere? Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything about that, so they got a Trinosphere. And my Creeping Tarpit coming to play tap's going to suck for us. Sick Raid, yeah. If they play Blood Moon here, now we're screwed. I can't fetch basic forest with this polluted delta, so I might just have to base. If they do play Blood Moon, I'm going to have to fetch a basic swamp. Okay. Am I just fine with that? I think I'm just fine with that. I do need to fetch basic swamp. I'm going to play Liliana, though, and make him sack that. Might just be correct to play Liliana and start making them discard their hand. Yeah, we don't care, kinda, but we obviously do care. Like, that's still kind of a problem. Like, right now, they can't hit 4 mana. So I'm actually tempted to I'm going to play Liliana here. Start taking her up. Smox Diamond's super bad. Yeah, getting Lily in play, I think, seems huge. If they're trapped on 3 mana for a bit, and they do have a Chandra in hand, this is like our only way to really get that card handled. Yeah, there goes Chandra, so they either have multiple Chandras and no other land, or they only had the one Chandra with no additional land, so they knew they couldn't cast it. This is a Rabble Master, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Okay, second Magus, that's fine. I'm just going to take Liliana again, cast us Innocent Blood. Smallpox is tempting. Alright, let's see here. I'm going to Innocent Blood 1 away. I just take up Liliana again. Right? Do I just kill both Maguses here? I'm not tempted to kill both Maguses here. I think I gotta tick up again. I feel like Pox gets better here. Yeah, Smallpox seems really good right now. I'm gonna discard this other Liliana. I don't think we're at risk of losing our first one at the moment. They play a Rabble Master, we're definitely gonna be in trouble. Next turn, I think we just jam Smallpox though. Oh, that's 4th land. That's not good. You could have Poxed 1 Magus away and then take them off 3 mana. Yeah, that's fair. Koth, uh-oh. That's not good. The fact he untaps a mountain pisses me off. Yeah, Koth is pretty good. We're in trouble. Liliana's super dead here. Yeah, they ripped real nice. That's only until end of turn, right? Yeah. Not that that's relevant. Like, we Smallpox next turn, and, like, our fetch land gets turned on. We can get Creeping Tar Pit active. Yeah, this is not ideal. I think we're just dead. Yeah, Decay is probably sketch. For sure. Alright, we're in a Smallpox here. I think I just have to sack my Clue Delta, which is awkward. I do need another land at the moment. Decay goes away. They have 2 cards in hand. They're going to go down to 1. Let's see what they discard. Rolling Earthquake? What the hell is that main board for? That's so weird. I think I need to keep the Delta around. But Koth just bodies us. Yeah, Koth is going to just wreck us here. We're certainly in trouble. Alright, they have 1 card in hand. Their Ancient Tomb now taps for mana again. Get Bayou. Yeah. Why not discard the box? Why rather than Abrupt Decay? Since it's 3, yeah. Yeah, Mox may have been correct. I think, like, With this Coffin board, I think we're just dead anyway. It's probably irrelevant. It's probably should have still paid closer attention and considered that in my decision, but I think with this Coffin board, I'm just kind of like, whatever. We're super dead. Yeah. My opponent had discarded a Chalice of the Void, sacked a Mountain, sacked Vegas. Yeah, we're likely just dead, which is why I didn't really put that much thought process into it, but yeah, that's definitely correct. I don't miss when these decks didn't run. Ugh. Actual factual Blood Moon means we can see the game here. There was an outside chance we get out of this. Not anymore. Alright, so I like Chill here. I like Tox Deluge. Sunrise is terrible. We're not putting that in. I don't feel... Decent chance to run Rebel Masters. I didn't see a whole lot of... I kind of want to bring in... I want to bring in Tox Deluge. I want to bring in this Engineered Plague if they're on Rebel Master. Let's see. Don't chill. I'm gone for 5 minutes. We get paired against a trash pile. Yeah, that's accurate. That's definitely accurate, Aaron. Life from home here is not great. It's not really particularly relevant ever. Tombstalker seems fine. It beats pretty much every threat they have. Liliana the Veil. Not great, but fine. I want Mox Diamonds for the mana fixing and whatnot. Feel like we gotta trim some number of 1-drops, but Mana Denial seems bad against them, right? So I think I'm gonna drop Sinkholes. That makes sense to me. Do I drop Liliana's for Engineered Plague's the real question. I didn't see Rebel Master, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Sylvan Library seems like a good card advantage. Might want that. They don't always have the quickest clock. Jace is probably sketchy. I think Jace is too sketchy, right? Yeah, we're going to try this. Jace is probably okay, but I think it's just a little too sketchy, honestly. 4 mana with double blue and they're running Blood Moon and stuff. There's not a great chance we're going to find that. Yeah, I don't think this hand can get much better. I mean, we definitely have blue mana. We definitely have black mana. Yeah, so we're going to keep this. Fate Seal's definitely gas. And it's definitely potential. I should have just kept that hand, but we're going to end of their turn, probably end up brainstorming, try and set up the Shardless Agent for next turn. For right here, we're done on our turn. If they cast like a Chalice or a Transfer, obviously we'll have to brainstorm a response. Alright, we're going to try and set up the Shardless Agent for something good. Tombstalker's not what that is. Yeah, we're not setting up Shardless Agent, I guess. Because that's not great. Agent into 1 chill would be great. Fortunately, not even close. There's a chance they'll have Elemental Blast and stuff like that, but that's very unlikely because they run... Yeah, Lawrence just hit it. They run Chalice, so it's very unlikely that they would actually have that. Alright, we drew an Innocent Blood, which means we also have the... Okay, so Shardless Agent Cascade is bad here. There's potential I Wasteland them and lock them under their own Transfer. I didn't Agent last turn because we didn't have anything to Agent into. I probably should just put back another Agent in Tombstalker and just went right past him. Ugh. I'm going to Agent here, but I would love to... Yeah, I mean, it's still a 2-2 threat that gets in there. Ugh. No. Don't cast Mox Diamond. Can't even cast it with Transfer anyway. Yeah, I probably should have put back Agent Tombstalker, just to clear the Tombstalker Agent into something more relevant. Yeah, they ended up going Transfer after I did that too. That was fortunate. Another Transfer. If they don't play another, they'll probably play another land here and sack the City of Traders. If they don't, I'm gonna Wasteland them. Right? Yeah, I'm gonna Wasteland them. If they don't have any more mana, Shardless Agents hopefully is gonna get there. I don't know why I just hit undo. Well, it's better than hit and concede though, I guess. Push is okay to cut here, but it's because the one drop in the Emerald Chalice, but it's also like it's an answer to most of their creatures. I guess with a Blood Moon in play, it's harder to get Revolt though. So there's a lot of argument for cutting Fatal Push. There's some argument for keeping it. Underground Sea is nice. How many cards in our graveyard? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast another Shardless Agent. Let's just get the clock going. Not much of a clock, but it's a clock regardless. Okay. Yeah, we need Revolt versus the Moon deck, which is miserable. Yeah, I completely... No! Why do I have to put that on bottom? Oh, god damn it, Cascade. Is that just like the next card, too? That's unfortunate. I mean, it's double transfer anyway. Care for Pox, not for you, Mr. Kazanaga. LOLs. Well, that's fine, because I don't know who you are. Yeah, no, Fatal Push is definitely more likely innocent. More likely than a dead card. You can cast Push to fill the yard for Stalker. Oh yeah, because I can cast and hit. I can cast targeting a Shardless Agent, and it just won't do anything because it's not without Revolt active. That's right. Thanks for the reminder, Lawrence, because I definitely did forget about that. Yeah. Yeah, because it only says only if its command cost is that, and if you don't have Revolt, it just won't destroy it. It won't have an effect if it's over 2 mana. Alright, they got another Say Atreus. This is another Koth. This is a Chandra. I think that's not fun. I'm going to assume a tick up. Yeah, so we're going to take 2. Chandra's at what now? 5? Vaughn, yeah. I don't know what they're trying to do. Are they trying to cast the Chalice of the Void they can't cast? It says waiting to pay cost. They don't have mana to cast it. I don't know what they're trying to do here. Opponent needs 3 Simian Spirit Guides. Yeah. They need at least 3 Simian Spirit Guides. Alright. Hmm. Alright, I can't let the Chandra stay on board, so I'm gonna attack Chandra. Like 4 damage a turn, a 4-turn clock. Wait, do I attack Chandra? Yeah, I definitely attack Chandra. I can't just let him get away with having that card on board. Yeah. Yeah, definitely just attack Chandra. End of their turn, I'm going to Fatal Push one of my Shardless Agents. Yeah. It's good to know we're on the same page. Gonna assume this is a Blood Moon, but we'll find out. Rolling Earthquake. Well, I guess we'll have enough mana to cast the Tombstalker anyway. So that works. Yeah, I saw this Rolling Earthquake in the main, and I was like, what the frick is going on here? You'd assume it was like, you know, Fiery Confluence, but no, it's Rolling Earthquake. Because that's the thing. If they do have a Relic Master or Magus here, we can actually Fatal Push it, which usually we wouldn't assume we could. It's a good chance it's just going to be Koth, though. Right? The deck is always on some meme shit, yeah. Ah, Confluence would have been miserable there, yeah. 2 to all creatures and shatter my Mox Diamond would have been very unfortunate. Alright, if their Koth wants to animate a mountain, we're just going to eat it. It has to be a mountain, right? Yeah, so they'll still have the Satan Traders in play. If they animate a mountain here, we're just going to eat it with a Fatal Push. I mean, next turn we have Tombstalker, which I don't think... which they will not be able to get. And this mountain's going to eat it right now. This mountain loves Fatal Push. That's what this mountain loves. Cast. Eat mountain. Alright, so now if they want to get back up to... well, they have Chandra for 4 mana, but if they want to get back up to 4 mana, they have to use Chandra, and then they also have the Sega Traders that get sacked if they play on land, so we're cool with that. Verticatacom's going to get a Forest to make sure. Swamp could be correct, though. We have a Mox Diamond. We're a little bit more limited on our double black spells, so I'm okay with getting that. Alright, so we're going to do this Tombstalker now. They can't particularly answer it, and we just punch Koth into the face really hard. Brainstorm, agent, push. Right? Yeah, okay. Alright, Tombstalker can take over here, I believe. Pushes Mountain off a cliff. Calls Flavor Judge. You are absolutely right on that, Lawrence. There's some poor flavor of throwing a mountain off a cliff. Wolf, thanks for following me on Twitch. I appreciate it. Time to lose to Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, it might be time to lose to Ensnaring Bridge. If it really gets there, though, like we do still have Abrupt K's in here, so hopefully find a Abrupt K very soon. It would have to be a very big cliff. That was accurate, Aaron. Okay. So our opponent's going for another 4-mana spell, most likely. Can they actually... No, they can't Rolling Earthquake to kill my Tombstalker without Unassuming Spirit Guide, so I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping they're also not just doing what they just did to float enough mana to Rolling Earthquake. If they do, they're taking out their own mountain. Oh my god. My Tombstalker's about to die to a Rolling Earthquake. Which is really poor flavor because it's an Earthquake and my Tombstalker is flying. Oh, Chandra Pyromaster, okay. Whew. Okay. Ancient Tomb, so say Trares goes away. Okay, we're going to kill this Koth. Then we're going to kill this Chandra. Then we're going to kill this Chandra, probably. Do we just start punching them, though? Like, really? I think we just start punching them. It's only another Planeswalker, yeah. Alright, what's going on here? What did they exile to that? What the hell did they exile? Another Chalice of the Void? Are they trying to cast Chalice for zeros? Is that the problem? Do they not realize that they need mana for that? I mean, my opponent's been consistently just trying to cast Chalice of the Void without 3 mana through their transfer, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. Innocent Blood's a sweet card. There's the Chalice one that makes these Innocent Bloods horrible. Apparently they did have 3 mana. They must have land mana left over from this other Chandra. Alright, so we got Crows and Grip, so that's not bad. Let's see. Alright, Koth cannot get... We can't let Koth Emblem, so Koth definitely has to go down. So Koth's going to be the first to die of all of them. Yeah, now we don't do lose to bridge, that's true. They can use both Chandras to kill Stalker. I guess if I killed Chandra, Torch Defiance, Koth, and Chandra alone aren't enough to kill Tombstalker. I mean, luckily I'm getting this Chandra zeroing instead, so I'm going to get at least another turn with Tombstalker, but that's a good point. So using... Oh, Jesus. What is that? 1 damage each creature? Okay, so that doesn't kill us. They might take my Mox Diamond here, which is unfortunate. If they try to hit my Mox Diamond, I'm going to Crows and Grip away this Chalice of the Void, probably. I won't be able to cast Crows and Grip otherwise. Yeah, my opponent's clearly not great. There's a chance they're not bright and they just try to, like, wipe my Tombstalker off the board, but considering how many Chalices they've tried casting through transfer without doing anything, and they didn't... Did they not cast that? Yeah, they chose not to cast Fire Confluence, so they left me with my 1 green mana source. Yeah. Holding Grip is definitely close. Alright, Wasteland's going to hit their Ancient Tomb to restrict them on mana even more, and then their big Chandra's, their new Chandra's going to die. So that keeps them off mana through transfer. Really sick of fighting through all these Planeswalkers, though. Yeah, that one's going to die. I don't know if we actually answer Chandra Pyromaster from here. I think from here we start attacking them. Yeah, I mean, we're getting super lucky with this game so far. Our opponent's pretty bad. Okay, what'd you exile? Mountain. Okay, so they have a third land again. Ensnaring Bridge, sweet. Hey, we held the grip. Well, mostly because they didn't take our Box Diamond, but yeah. So end of turn, we're going to grip that. Okay. Craving Tar Pit. They don't find a Blood Moon. Craving Tar Pit's gonna... I think that's enough to close out the game next turn. Yeah, if they don't find Blood Moon here, or Ensnaring Bridge, we just kill them next turn. So I'm just going to put some damage on them. I kind of want to answer the Chandra, but putting them on this 2-turn clock I think is just a little bit better. It's definitely close. But I don't want this game to last much longer. They've only drawn like one Blood Moon effect. They've only drawn one Ensnaring Bridge. They have Chandra. I guess if I just hit Chandra, that might have been enough. But yeah, exiling for Chrome Mox. They didn't find what they needed, I don't think. And now they have 4 cards in hand. If they play another Ensnaring Bridge here, like 3, Creeping Tar Pit can still put them to 4. Yeah, so they're just dead. I think, right? What they got here? Magus. We can't cast our Innocent Blood. We can Tox Deluge, but I don't want to lose. I don't want to deal like no damage to them. So yeah, that's fine. All right, let's see here. So we can. So we can't Deluge and hit with Creeping Tar Pit. All right. All right. Since I did that, I'm actually. Do I kill? I think I gotta attack them. This shuts off like Ancient Tomb too if they top deck like an Ancient Tomb. And now next turn, if they do drop Ensnaring Bridge, they're stuck with 2 cards in hand. I can actually Deluge for 3 and still kill them with Tombstalker, which would be hilarious and awkward, but it's definitely an out to Ensnaring Bridge if they do draw another one. I really just want to close out this game and get on to the next one. Alright, so they have a 5th mountain now. I don't think it's going to be relevant, but they've been drawing lands. Yeah, there we go. We got there. Whew. Well, that was definitely our opponent being pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, I have some redeeming qualities as far as that stuff goes. Fatal Push, as we discussed, definitely feels bad. I agree. Engineered Explosives comes in. I think Jace is going to come back in. I think it's more relevant than I'm giving it credit for, and our 1-drops are pretty awkward in this matchup. I really want to trim a Lily on the Veil. I don't feel like she's that good. All their Planeswalkers and stuff, their Chandras, where they can just draw cards, I think that's just... The Veil's just not great there. I could like Engineer Plague for like Mountain. If I get 3 in play, Mountains are 1/1s when Koth animates them. That seems pretty gas right there. Alright, Innocent Blood seems bad, right? I had an Innocent Blood be relevant, but I don't think it's going to be that relevant like ever. So I'm actually going to drop the... Nope, I'm not going to drop those. It's going to go through whatever changes I had made last. We might actually just be running with our main board now. It's like... I can get double Swamp and have no green up. Yeah, they seem to only have Magus. Yeah. This hand's wicked sketch. I do not like it. Double Tombstalker is real bad here. This hand's closer. Like, if I can fetch a basic Swamp, I can Tox Deluge away any creatures. Liliana is not awesome. Tombstalker again is pretty rough. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to try it. Let's hope our top deck is pretty good. Well, Abrupt Decay can be relevant, so that's going to go on top. Oh, don't tell me they're just going to lead off with Blood Moon turn 1. That would suck horribly. Because the exiled Summon Spirit Guide, so I have to assume it's going to be Blood Moon. It's actual factual Blood Moon, so I think we're just possibly dead. Alright, we're going to play out our mountains and pass. I mean, they're down to 2 cards in hand, and now 3 with their draw step, so... And Omega's the moon. A double moon effect, and one of them has legs. Hey, look, Bayou, sweet. Ah, not like this. Oh, if we draw Basic Swamp, we're going to be so happy. If I can just draw Basic Swamp here, I am going to happily Toxic Deluge away these creatures. Show them. That's not a Basic Swamp. Go deck. Go deck, go. Ugh. This just feels like the worst. So this game isn't going to be very entertaining, but we're going to sit here and... Yeah, oddly enough, that first hand would have been like the best. It was actually like one of the weakest, except for the fact I think it had like one basic. Thank you for all the support, guys. Chandra Toys to Defiance. I think that's game then, right? Yeah, I think that's game. I literally have 0 ways to just answer a Chandra, and this thing just starts ticking up. Oh, my opponent has proven they're fairly bad, so they might just... Yeah, they're ticking it up. Yeah, I'm going to scoop. It's tempting to message my opponent saying nice fucking deck, but I'm not going to go there. Alright, so 2 and 3 on another league. We've yet to break even since we started streaming. It's unfortunate, but... Yeah, I mean, holding a land in case we draw Mox was kind of out, but I didn't have a way to beat Chandra on that board. Like, even casting a Tombstalker wasn't really particularly good enough at that point. So, no, I did not board the Mox out, but there was no way we were going to beat that Chandra. With just the Maguses down, like us having Toxic Deluge, drawing a basic land would have been fine. Drawing like a land to pitch for Moxen would have been fine. But with the Chandra down, we were just dead. There was absolutely no way we were going to get there. So it's unfortunate, but another league where we're 2-3. We'll be coming back on Thursday for a stream. That stream will actually start at 8 like usual. Sundays I'm going to start doing it at 7. Sunday I have off currently from work, and so I can start a little bit early. I found myself being really tired by the time I end up streaming a lot of times at 8, so I want to try starting Sunday an hour early. Thursday, as of right now, is going to have to continue to be at 8 because I work all day. I work during the day. So this is the deck we played today. Need a refresher, you want to be able to fall a little closer, you can type exclamation point deck list. It'll pop up. Couple things that were discussed and discovered tonight. We have a terrible Storm matchup. We actually beat Storm because they went empty the... They played a bunch of Gitaxian Probes, used ad nauseum. We played a Tombstalker. They played 16 Goblins off of Empty the Warrens. They were at 4, so Tombstalker was one-hit kill. We were at 19, so 16 Goblins wasn't good enough. So we got lucky there. They also killed themselves in ad nauseum game 1, which we got lucky on as well. Agent Mox Diamond is, in fact, awkward. I've had this come up very few times. It actually came up on stream tonight. It can be fairly awkward. A lot of times with Diamond, we want our opening hand. This could just be like a Dark Ritual or something. It could also just be like a couple additional lands. An Agent could just be a little bit, could just be like a turn 3 play instead of a possible turn 2. So like this could become like another Underground Sea, a Tabernacle, and something. I don't know. Creeping Tarpet, I think, has to go. I mean, it would definitely be better playing Black-Green Lone Pox. This hand's a little more resilient against Graveyard Hate, but we're just trying to do fun things. Like, I like doing Shardless Agent in this Smallpox. Like, this deck isn't designed to be extremely competitive. This deck is more designed to be fun, to bring to, like, your LGS on, like, a F&M or something. So it's just, like, we're just trying to, like, Shardless Agent into Smallpox. Smallpox then resolves. Shardless Agent resolves afterwards, leaving Shardless Agent behind. Let's see. Like, Jace is just fun with Life Alone, because Life Alone Jace is just insane with, like, card advantage and whatnot. Tombstalker's an insane clock. So a lot of this deck is just kind of being fun. Like, we're not particularly trying to be competitive, which is also another point that may come to. When I do play this deck, I shouldn't play this deck in competitive leagues if I were to stream it again. Because, like, paying the 12 ticks rather than just, like, playing for free in the tournament practice room, probably not great idea. Build rug loam with deck. That seems like it'd be sweet. One major change I would definitely make this deck that I was thinking about today was dropping 3 sinkholes for 3 Hymn to Torok. It gives us the discard that we need, and sinkhole off Shardless Agent is pretty sweet as well. Punishing fire in deck is sweet. You get to take all your opponent's creatures if they're bigger than 2 toughness. You get like Pyroblast and Hydroblast if you want, so you can just target those with, like non-blue or non-red cards and just take control of them. Yeah, I'll make this again, but Grixis. That's what I'll do. I'll just make a Grixis thing. I actually have like a Grixis deck that I've been playing around with, or is it Patriot? I don't remember. But yeah, I've actually been playing around with a few things. So some of the changes we suggested to make was drop these 3 diamonds, add a Tabernacle. I think I would probably add a Tabernacle, I'd get rid of Creeping Tarpit too. So that's 4 cards we gotta replace. So it'd probably be like a Tabernacle, a 3rd Underground Sea, a 4th Bayou, and then we'd have like 1 free spot, and we'd be up to 26 lands. We'd probably be adding a crop rotation to the main deck, and maybe trimming like sinkholes for hymns. Probably about it. Just 1 crop rotation main board, maybe sideboard a 2nd and 3rd with like a Bajuka Bog and like a Crocus to have like a sideboard. You would drop Agent before Diamond. Play Thoughtseize over Ancestral Visions, add a 3rd bump. Yeah, if I dropped Agent, I would obviously drop Ancestral Visions. Yeah, hymns would definitely be where sinkholes are. But yeah. So yeah, that was kind of fun. Like, I hope people enjoyed it. Like, we got to Shardless Agent and Ancestral Vision a couple times. We got the Shardless Agent into Innocent Blood, which is kind of what the deck's designed to do. Like, Shardless Agent's always going to resolve after our Smallpox or Innocent Bloods. So it's pretty much always going to be left over on board to be a chump blocker if it needs to, or just start attacking. Punishing Thieves is a sweet deck. I've actually I designed a vintage version of it that doesn't run power. It's actually pretty bad though, unfortunately. Turns out when you're not running power in vintage and you're running a blue deck, you're really slow. Thought Scour plus Life Alone. That seems sweet. Ooh, I can like Brainstorm, put 2 lands back, Thought Scour the lands down, replace draw with the Dredge on Life Alone, and then cast Life Alone to get the 2 lands back. That seems sweet. I mean, that's kind of like what I'm looking for, like the Jace and Life Alone thing anyway, but Vintage is a really fun format. It's better than Modern in my opinion, personally. I'm mostly about Legacy, but Vintage is like a far second, and then like Modern is just barely behind Vintage for the way I stack things. I'm actually working on a Bug Survival of the Fittest list right now. Again, it'll be like more of like a casual fun deck than like an actual something I would bring to Eternal Witness. Or Eternal Weekend, not Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness is a sweet card though. Love that card. So we got here. Factor Friction, thanks for following me on Twitch. I appreciate you coming in. I'm glad that you were appreciating some Instant Blood action. I'm always about that Instant Blood. My Bug Standstill list, I am on 1 Fatal Push and 2 Instant Bloods, if I remember correctly. I might be up to 2 Fatal Push now, but yeah, I prefer Instant Blood over stuff like Fatal Push. I prefer it not so much over stuff like Abrupt Decay, but Instant Blood's just like a sweet removal spell. Being able to answer like a Garbag Angler that's just you can't answer otherwise is sweet. Being able to answer like a Gristlebrand and Emrakul, stuff like that is like real good. Played against like a Show and Tell at GP Vegas with my Bug Standstill list, and I was able to. My opponent like Show and Tell turn 1 after I Wastelanded their Bousseju. They end up Show and Tell turn 2. They put in Emrakul, I put in an extra land. I Innocent Blood, then cast Standstill. So yeah, I kind of won that game. It was a really easy game at that point. But my opponent going like turn 1 Bousseju, I was like, okay, I'm gonna Wasteland your Bousseju because you're clearly not trying to do anything fair. Oh yeah, so actually, let me that stream actually went fairly quickly. Let me show you all something I'm working on currently. It's again, this is going to be another just fun deck. I might actually try running it through a league though. Like it might be a little bit of a waste of ticks, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So this deck, where is it? I'm gonna call this deck Jace Stompy, and here's a link for you all if you want to check it out. So this is called Jace Stompy. I will bring this over here. Windows 10 is so weird when you're dragging a window from one screen to the other. Alright, so I present you with Jace Stompy. Now, if you think that the stupid Blood Moon deck is a meme, this deck is certainly a meme. So my description is just Jace's mind has been fractured, so is his personality. So basically, we're a Jace deck. Got a lot of islands to make sure we have our blue mana. Got 6 fetch lands, 4 ancient tombs, 4 chrome mox to accelerate a little bit. Sure we can fix our mana. I'm sure we can cast some of our higher mana Jaces sooner. So for instance, it's 4 Brainstorm, 4 Counterspell, 4 Force of Will, 2 Hydroblast, 1 Misdirection. The Hydroblast is mostly concession effect. Trick Pile is really popular right now. So it's a way to fight like Pyroblast with its main board, it's a way to fight Pyroblast with its post board. It's also decent against like Burn and whatnot. We have 4 Ensnaring Bridge, so creature combat is not generally going to be what we're worried about. It's mostly going to be stuff like burn spells and like K command hitting our bridge or whatever. Hydroblast main board is certainly not good, but it's there just for the fact that Pyroblast like wrecks our entire deck. Again, this is another fun deck that I'm just going to try just for fun. 4 Jace Architect of Thought. It's got some dig. It's got until your next turn when a creature an opponent controls attacks, it gets -1, -0. So it kind of nerfs a little bit. If your opponent makes like an army of... Yeah, Fluster Storm is probably correct. So this is a great way to nerf like token army and stuff like that. Jace Belrins just draws cards. Just never draw cards with your Jace. Yeah, I mean, drawing cards can be awkward when you have a bunch of counter magic with a bridge in play. That's actually something I overlooked, so that might be something worth considering. Jace Memory Adept. So let's draw a card, target player mills a card, and then 0, target player mills the top 10. -7, any number of target players each draw 20 cards. So that's like a pretty big mill engine right there. We'll move Jace the Mind Sculptor, hopefully like fix the contents of our hand and whatnot. I didn't think about the fact that Ensnaring Bridge is actually super awkward with all the Jaces. Ensnaring Bridge could possibly just be like a propaganda. It could possibly just be propaganda. I'll have to rethink that one because that's actually really awkward now I'm thinking about it. I have a ton of draw effects with like Ensnaring Bridge. That's obviously not great. Let's see. Got 2 Oath of Jace, so that's just when it enters the battlefield, you draw 3, discard 2, so it gives you a little bit of card advantage. At the hero upkeep, scry X, where X is the number of planeswalkers you control. Oh, there we go. Commandeer. That's a thing. Yeah, propaganda is likely better. That'll probably turn into propaganda in that place, which is actually good because with the borrowing count, we have a card hoarder. We have a limit on ticks that we have access to, basically, for lending cards. So propaganda would actually, obviously, probably reduce the amount of ticks compared to Ensnaring Bridge. It might actually get this deck down into, borrowing territory. So Oath of Jace, the beginner upkeep, you scry X for X, the number of planeswalkers you control. It's a great way to just kind of dig through the deck, figure out what we need when we need it. And then 2 Jace Friends Prodigy. This one's like really expensive. Again, like the Jace win condition is basically at this point just going to be mill. Like Jace the Mind Sculptor Ultimate, Jace Memory Adept, Jace Architect of Thought can like dig through our opponent's deck to actually get like win conditions as well. It can also just dig through our deck to get more Jaces. So there is that. Our sideboard's like wicked, hilarious, and funky. So we have like only 6 fetchlands main, but we have 4 Tundras. Then we have 4 Humility, 4 Leona Sanctity. So this can be a way to like nerf our opponent's creatures against like Show and Tell or whatnot. And Leona Sanctity is like a way to like hit burn or whatnot. And then 2 more Hydroblasts. Again, this is something I literally just threw together today. There's a lot of stuff I haven't considered, a lot of stuff I need to consider. I may or may not stream this Thursday, but this is what I'm currently thinking of streaming Thursday just for fun. Ensnaring Bridge at this point probably becomes propaganda, like suggested. These Hydroblasts probably become Fluster Storms. Yeah. So, yeah, Humility Bridge is awkward, but they're for different matchups. Like, you're not going to bring in Humility against, like, Elves or something. Or you'll probably bring in Humility against Elves. You're not going to bring Humility against, like, Delver or something when you're trying to play Bridge. Like, Bridge and Humility get, like, substituted. Humility is supposed to, like, Show and Tell matchup and whatnot. Although with enough counter magic, Show and Tell is actually not that terrible for us. Humility also works really well with Jace Architect of Thought, which is actually a thing. So Humility makes your opponent's creatures 1/1s with no abilities. Jace Architect of Thought makes it so when a creature your opponent controls attacks, that gets -1, -0. So every attacking creature your opponent controls ends up being a 0/1. So your opponent essentially gets to attack you with goats instead of attacking you with like 1/1s or other creatures. and that's actually why I included Humility. Humility emote is amazing. It's possible this deck may end up blue-white. I've been doing a lot of blue-white stuff. I'm honestly just I'm getting sick of blue for a little bit. So I just want to try funky, funny things. But yeah, so this is just a weird little deck that I've been playing around with that I kind of want to try. These two Hydro Blasts could probably become two moats. This mixed direction probably doesn't need to be here. This could probably just be like another fetch land or a white source of some sort. Yeah, the Jace Architect of Thought and Humility is something I've been playing around with. I actually have a blue-white stacks build that runs it. Again, janky but fun, hilarious. So that's what we're trying to do here. Really, we're not trying to win any serious tournaments. We're not trying to bring this to like a GP or whatever to just crush. I mean, who knows? Maybe this deck will work out and it's worth pursuing. Probably not though. But yeah, this is what I'm currently working on. You may see this Thursday. You may see this next Sunday. I'm really not sure. Definitely a lot of edits are going to be made, and I'm definitely looking forward to bringing this out for a little bit of a play in the field. So yeah. If anyone has any questions for me, feel free to hit me up on Twitter at Aaron Gazaniga. It's on the bottom of the overlay. Was it Rogue earlier or something like that? There was someone earlier that talked about the size of the overlay, making it difficult to read the cards. I will look into that and try and have that resolved tonight. If not, it'll probably be a little bit later this week, and hopefully by the end of hopefully by Thursday, if not by Sunday. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of that. Make sure there's a little more space for the picture. Let's just minimize this for now. It's possible too, I can make it a little bit bigger, cut out some of the top of the screen and whatnot, so that way it takes up a little bit more room. I don't know. I'll play around with some things, try and fix that problem. Appreciate it being brought up. Aaron, yes, we should bring back Death Shadow Dross Harvester. That deck was a lot of fun. Dross Harvester is just so sweet. Pro White's so good. Wipe your opponent's board with Dross Harvester in play is pretty awesome too. You just gain so much life. But yeah, on that note, I'm going to call it a night. I want to say thank you to Hipsters of the Coast for supporting my column, Brew Corner. I didn't write last week. Hopefully we'll have an article out this week, maybe, and then next week as well. I'll likely have that Jace Stompy list ready by next week, if not this week. So we'll figure out where we stand with that. And I want to say thank you for Card Hoarder for the partnership that we have with them. Having access to all these weird decks and having access to all the cards I need for all these weird decks I'm doing is a lot of fun for Brew Corner. Again, if people are looking to see some play with an actual real tier 1 deck, which I can't picture why you'd want to do that, like why see the same old every time you watch a Magic stream? That just seems boring to me. I always want to keep it fresh. If anyone wants to look up a deck that I've done that they want to see in action, like Triskaidekaphobia I have planned to play this month. That's if you don't know what Triskaidekaphobia is, let me find it for you real quick. Let's get out of here real quick. Go to collection. So I'm going to look up Triskaidekaphobia so you all get to see it. And yes, I know how to spell it just off the top of my head. I'm weird like that. So Triskaidekaphobia is at the beginning of upkeep, choose one. Each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player loses 1 life. Or each player with exactly 13 life loses the game, then each player loses 1 life. So it's basically if someone has 13 life, they lose, and then you can have each player gain 1 life or each player lose 1 life. The deck runs like Punishing Fire, Grove of the Burnwillows. It's a Jund variant. So you have like Punishing Fire, Grove of the Burnwillows to kind of control your opponent's life total and stuff. It's a real fun deck. If anyone wants to look back at my column for things I've brewed up and whatnot, aside from Seance, I will say this every single time I say this, I will not do that stupid modern Seance challenge deck just for that person that wanted to see Seance become a broken thing because he bought them all out. That's his fault. He's going to lose money on that. I don't care. But yeah, I will play any deck that I've brewed or played around with, aside from that. So if you request it, it will likely be seen soon. I will update my schedule to include it. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I hope you all had fun. Thank you again, Card Hoarder. Thank you, hipsters, and thank you, viewers. I hope you all have a good night and your weekend was delightful. We'll see you again soon. Thursday, I'll be streaming at 8 p.m. Don't forget, I'll be reminding people on Twitter, so make sure you follow me. I'll also be reminding people on Twitch, so if you're following me on Twitch, you'll get an update anyway. Thank you. Have a good night.